Hey y'all, so for the ones that are watching the replay, and if you've never watched my channel before, I'm Heather with Heather's Country Crochet. Just crocheting here a little bit, waiting for some people to come in. So I hope everybody's doing all right tonight. Hey Queen Mama, I'm good. How are you? Welcome in. Hey girly. So how's everybody doing? Working on a circular vest while canning beans. I hear you. I went with my mom Friday and picked some peas with her. And I spent my Friday night shelling peas. My thumb was so sore yesterday. A circular vest. Is it a pattern that you created yourself, or you following a pattern, or? I'd love to see a picture of the finished product. Hey, Patty. Yes, fresh peas are the best. But it's hard work getting them. Hey, Michelle. Welcome in, everybody. Glad to have y'all. I hope everybody's doing good. I decided to work on my temperature blanket a little bit while I'm on here tonight. So what's everybody been up to this week? Kristen on dolls. Oh, but I'm designing one also. Cool. I don't know if I've seen Kristen's, I may have. I stay on YouTube so much watching different videos that I forget what I've seen and what I hadn't, and whose channel I saw it on and whose I didn't. And is everybody hearing me okay and everything? I think my internet's been acting a little wonky the last couple of days. I hope that there aren't any problems. It rained a lot yesterday, so we'll see. Hopefully there won't be any problems. Just turn my sound up. I think that I need to like reset my microphone on here or something. It seems like my computer used to be louder. I don't know if I can like turn the volume up on it or not. I don't know. But like when I've rewatched my videos and stuff, it seems like my sound is not as loud as what it used to be. So I don't know. I guess I could get like an external microphone or something. You can hear me fine, Patty? That's good. You're making a cat blanket pillow thing. I know what you mean. My lips are so chapped. I don't know what is going on. I don't know if it was from being out in that pea field picking peas and my allergies got all messed up or what. I know that sounds like me too. I don't know if any of y'all knit or not, but y'all may know that I have just recently started learning to knit. Um, I saw this pattern of a hat, I guess you could say. Um, it's called a Musselburgh hat, Musselburgh knit hat, something like that. And I'm trying to make it. It is made from the top down, so you're knitting in the round from like a magic circle with crochet, and it is so hard. Oh my gosh, I have been struggling with it so much. It took me like 3 or 4 tries just to get it started. Request from 20-month-old great niece. She called it a hat blanket. Oh, I got a request for a dog muzzle. Should be interesting. Wow. Um, if you figure that pattern out, Queen Mama, send it my way. Because my little yappers be barking all the time. Glad other yarnies get odd requests. Wow, I'm just now getting the notification that I'm live. And we've already been on here for 10 minutes. Or I have. Everything in knitting sounds hard to me. I thought that it was going to be like extremely hard for me to learn, But I really think that since I learned how to do the Tunisian crochet first, that that helped me be able to like hold my needles and my yarn and everything. But these this hat has like increases and stuff, and they're really hard, like really hard. And um it's just not, it's, I'll show y'all what I have so far. Golly. Ugh. I'm doing it on DPNs, double pointed needles, and y'all, this is just, I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but it's so hard. This is all I have done. This is it. And I have been working on it for several hours. And this is all I have done. It's very hard. So, but once I get past these increase rows, it's just all knit in a round, and that's not hard. I got that part down. But with those increases, the increases and the decreases are the hardest for me. Because I guess because I crochet really tight, and with knitting you have to like loosen up your tension, or your stitches will be so tight that you can't get your needle in through them. So, and I tend to get the yarn really tight on my needles. So sometimes it's really hard for me to get the needles in there. Hey, Spring. Hey, hon, I just got your email. I'm sitting in the barn with the horses while they eat dinner. It's okay. Not a problem. Glad you popped in, though. Pet the horsies for me. I love horses, but I cannot ride them. I have rode horses before, and I thought I was going to have a heart attack because it took off running with me. And it was like the first time I had ever rode one. And I was like, oh my God, get me off this thing. That just looks so difficult. It is. It's, I don't know. It's not really that it's hard. It's more tedious, and because you really have to watch your tension. And like I said, I'm a really tight crocheter, so it's hard for me to like remember to loosen up my tension. You know, horses love marshmallows. Oh, no, I did not know that. If you are still alive when I get in the house, and I will pop up with you. Cool. That'd be awesome, Spring. I did not know that horses love marshmallows. I know that my cats like to eat popcorn. My animals will eat really crazy stuff, like things that you wouldn't think that they would want to eat. Especially a cat, because when you think about a cat, you would normally think that, you know, they want like fishy stuff, but my cats love chips, French fries, popcorn, crazy stuff. And then I have one that if her food bowl gets like half empty, not even all the way empty, just half empty, She don't think it's supposed to get below that, because she'll start meowing at me, looking at her bowl and looking back up at me like, you gonna feel this? And I'm like, there's still food in there. And she's just like, meow. I'm like, you are burnt. Mine loved marshmallows and gravy. Oh my gosh. Hey, that reminds me, one of my cats loves mashed potatoes and gravy. Oh my gosh. It's the cat Curiosity. I'm telling you, I love cats because they are so curious and they're so funny, because they have to check out everything. I mean, everything. Oh, what is my next color? Cobblestone. Here, I'll give y'all a quick view of my temperature blanket while I am changing colors. So here is February's from the white line. I'm almost finished. I'm on the last day of February. And then I'm pretty sure y'all have seen January probably, but there it is. Oh, it's getting too long for me to hold it up. Ours doesn't meow. She knows, and mine knows too. Mine will tell my husband no in a heartbeat. Everything he says to her, she's like, no, no. It's so funny. He's like, don't tell me no. And I'm like, you know. It's hilarious. Very nice. Oh, thank you. What? I don't know where that come from. Oh, I'm starting a new ball of this. Ooh, I've gotten a lot of this gray in here apparently. Now. Oh, your cat nows. Okay, I got you. Well, mine knows. She knows to everything. My sister had a cat like that with its food. We figured it was because it had went hungry. It was a rescue. I love the colors. Well, mine is just greedy. She hadn't been hungry. She's just greedy. That's just the way she is. She just does not like her bowl to. I think it is. I read somewhere that a cat's whiskers are like really sensitive. So when their whiskers touch like the sides of their bowls and stuff, that it actually makes them sore. So I think that really has something to do with it, probably. But I don't know that like for a fact or anything. But cause I don't know, she's a little weird. She won't eat with the other cats. She has to eat by herself. So if they're eating, like she'll just sit off to the side and wait for them to finish, and then she'll go and eat. She's kind of like a loner cat. That one is anyway. Then I have one that's a complete mama's baby. Oh, she thinks she has to be on me at all times. I tell her no, not now. Right? I love animals. I am a huge, huge animal lover. Sometimes I think I love animals too much. One of my mom's cats just had kittens again. And I've already sort of claimed one of them. So I may be getting another cat, and I already have 3. Like, I need another one. Do you tell her no, not now? That's cute. My silly cat goes to door, says out, or at least that's what it sounds like. He's saying out, then will knock with his paw to come in. Crazy. You know what? My sister swears that her cat knocks on her door too. And the crazy thing is she put like one of the cat doors in her door so that they could just go in and out as they please. And he still will not like go through it. He will sit at the door and hit on it for her to open it. He's fat. Oh my god, he is so fat. This cat has to weigh like probably at least 15 to 20 pounds. He's fat, and so he's just really lazy. I mean, he will lay down in front of you and refuse to move when you are walking. I mean, you never know. If you're walking behind him, you never know. He's liable to just go ahead and lay out right there. You have to watch where you're walking if you're walking behind him. But I think that I have 3 girl cats. So the one that I've picked out of the litter that my mom's other cat just had is a boy. So I think that I'm going to get him, and because I already have 3 cats and none of them are fixed. So 2 of them are actually of age to be able to go into heat, and the other one isn't yet. And so but pretty soon I'm gonna have 3 cats in heat like all at the same time, and that is just too much. So I'm gonna get a boy and have him fixed so that he can't get my girls pregnant, but so that hopefully it will dial down on their heat stuff. Maybe, I don't know. Time to put my timer on. Y'all have a great night. Thanks, Queen Mama, for coming. Have a good night. I thought about one of those, but figured I would get squirrels and groundhogs coming in. Oh, goodness. Well, hers is in her bedroom door. She still lives at home with my parents. And so she put it in her bedroom door so that they could come in and out of her bedroom. Now, where they live, if they were to put one in their like main door that goes in and out, Lord, they liable to get ain't no telling what come in their house. I don't think they would do that because we got armadillos, we got squirrels, we got bats, snakes, all kind of stuff. So yeah, I don't think they would put one in their actual like front door or back door or anything. Not one leading outside. Plus there's a lot of cats that hang around out there and everything, and the girl cat that they have isn't fixed either, and they're actually thinking that she may be pregnant. But the outside cat is the one that just had babies. So but they don't want the inside one to get pregnant. So yes, all kind of creatures here too. I know. I have a problem with possums getting in my outside trash. And them things is scary. They be hissing at you and all kind of stuff. Oh, and they got them big old sharp teeth and be shining at you and stuff. Them things scary. We have skunk spat. You know, I don't think that um I don't think that that is a problem. That's, I think, maybe like one wild animal that is not a problem where I live, and I don't think that it is where my parents live. Um, I'm not positive on that, but I've never seen one around where I live. So I guess we're maybe lucky there. Um, I sure don't want to come across one because I like tomatoes, but I really don't want to bathe in them. I'd rather eat them on a sandwich. I had me a good old tomato sandwich for lunch Thursday. Oof, that thing was so good. But it's been really hard to find like good tomatoes lately. But I finally found me some good tomatoes, and I made me a good old tomato sandwich Thursday for lunch. Man, it was good. So, what y'all have for supper? If it's supper time at y'all's where y'all are at. My husband cooked me some fish and some French fries tonight for supper, and it was good. Fox, skunks, possums, all creatures that I don't want visiting inside. I hear you there. No, I don't. I wouldn't want them visiting either. I miss Mater and Ochre. Can't get those up here. Dang. I don't know if I could go without that now. That's just some of that good old country food there. The best way that I like okra though is fried. I don't really like it like cooked in stuff because I don't know, it gets slimy like, and I don't like it slimy. I like it cooked. I like it fried, really crispy. We had pancakes and bacon. Oh, so breakfast for dinner. Cool. Turkey, sausage, and an egg beater. Is it like morning time where y'all are? Or are y'all just having breakfast for supper? Breakfast for supper. Okay. As soon as my husband rings that cancer free bell, we are heading home. Oh no. Maybe it will happen soon. I will pray that it does. Oh wow, it's late. Or that's late to me. Um, but I got up early, so I get up early every morning. I'm always up between 5:30 and 6 about every morning. So is that why y'all are where you are, Michelle? Is we find out tomorrow how the treatments are going. 30 here. Um, is that why y'all are there then? For his like treatments and stuff? Patty says prayers for healing, Michelle. Thank you, Patty. That's sweet. hopefully the treatments will, hopefully y'all will get good news. I just got all caught up. So, Patty, where are you at? Because you're on the same time that my parents are on. That's the same time that they are. They're in Georgia. Pennsylvania. Oh, wow. You way on up there. No, we came up here just for a year or two, but then his health started failing. Hip replacement, gallbladder removal, then bone marrow cancer kept us up here for treatment. God, I hate to hear that. I'm really sorry, Michelle. Whew, that's a lot. I understand having to go through a lot. When I went to my doctor's appointment this past Monday, they checked some more levels of my stuff. Now they want me to take some medicine to lower my insulin levels because apparently my insulin levels are borderline high. They're not actually high, but they're right there, like about to be. So they want to go ahead and put me on some medicine to lower those levels, I guess, to try to catch those before they get high or whatever. So it's another pill to take every day. And from my research, there's some, not like life, well, yeah, even then, but I don't know. There's some bad side effects from this kind of medicine, and I'm not sure if I want to take it or not. Okay, I'm back in the house. If you're able to send me the link, I will come up and hang out with you. Absolutely. I will send it. Let's see. Let's see. Share, maybe? No. Invite. Okay. Copy to clipboard. And then where's my mail? There it is. Y'all bear with me just a minute while I try to do this. I'm so bad at this. Okay. Hold on just a minute. Please don't leave me, y'all. Okay, new mail to, what's her email? No. No. There it is. Paste and send. Okay. Whew. All right. Sorry, y'all. I'm back. Let's see. Yes, but God's got us and we'll see us home. Absolutely. You are right there. He most definitely does. Where is home state and what area are you in now? I'm from Augusta, Georgia, living on Prince Edward Island, Canada. Do your research on meds, Heather. If you can change your diet, you may can avoid more meds. That I'm thinking about that myself because after I saw a lot of the side effects on this medicine, I was really concerned about even trying to start it because I just got it like yesterday and I was supposed to start taking it tonight. And then when I saw some of the side effects, I was like, I don't know if I need to take this because some of the side effects that it causes, I already deal with on a pretty regular basis. So I don't know because I don't know if I should even try to take it and then it possibly make it worse. So hopefully you have some supportive help being that far away from home. Yeah. My doc wanted to put me on meds because I was gaining weight, had bad side effects. I said nope and started using flax. I lost all the weight I needed to slowly and safely. You started using flax. Is how? I mean, is it like something that you eat or like a vitamin that you take or Spring, if you're still here, I sent the link, so hopefully you got it. Whew, I may have to turn the AC on. It is hot. I put flax seeds on my Greek yogurt and small cottage cheese. Where do you get that at? Let me see, did this send? I don't know if it's sent or not. It should have. Okay, it's showing that it's sent over here. Why ain't it showing on my phone that it sent it? Oh, there it goes. Okay. Pour the salt out of the shaker and fill it with flaxseed. Put it on everything. Walmart, about $5 gold bag. I know Amazon sells, but I buy mine at Aldi's. We don't have an Aldi's here, but we do have a Walmart. So, I wonder if I would have any allergies to that. It's seed that you just like put in like as in your food or whatever. There she is.
Howdy.
There she is. Hey, Spring.
How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm awake. And I think I'm going to be awake for a while.
Oh, Lord.
I slept most of the day, so yeah.
Oh.
So
Hey,
what
Steph.
are you up to? Hello, hello.
I am just being lazy today, really. I have not done much of anything, just been working on some projects, and that's pretty much it. I am struggling with this knitting.
Oh,
This is so hard.
hi, Saf. Hi, Patty.
It is.
Oh, you're doing double pointed.
Yeah, The double pointed needles aren't that bad for me, but this pattern is. It
Really?
is giving me a fit. It's the increases, like it's the make one left and make one right, and
Okay.
and I crochet tight,
Yeah.
so I tend to pull my yarn tight with this too, and I try to watch myself and not do that.
Right.
Saf is gonna be a hat hopefully one day. It's the muscle brug. What is that thing called? I didn't bring the pattern in here. Muscle brug hat, something like that. Anyway, it's like a double knitted hat, is what it runs up
Okay.
to. Because you start it with like kind of like a magic circle, basically. And so it's top down, but you knit it from a little bitty circle, and then you grow out with it, and then you do the body, and you do the body like really long, and then you decrease back down all the way to a little bitty circle again, and then like tuck it up, and then it's a double knitted hat. So, and that's the kind of stuff that like my husband likes.
Yeah, it's thicker.
And so I'm trying really, really hard to make it for him. And I'm using Ogo yarn.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. It just seems like the Ogo yarn like will knit really a lot better for me.
Never used it.
You've never used it?
No, our Walmart never carried it, and I have a hard time ordering yarn. I'm just one of them people that I have a really hard time ordering yarn.
I order yarn like crazy. Like it's going out of style. This was the first hat that I knitted, and this was the one that I went off of your pattern with in your tutorial, except for the top, because I didn't have at that time the double pointy needles to do the decreases. So I didn't do any decreases on this. I just, went until I thought that it would be far enough that I could just cinch it up. And well, Mom likes it. It would fit her head because she's like got a kid size head. And it turned out to be like kid size.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment. I understand.
So, but then I made another one with that new Michael's yarn, the loops and thread. It's woven yarn, but it's like the 4-weight woven yarn. Man, that stuff is so hard to knit with.
It's a single
slippery. Yeah. I think, I don't know. It's
not roving. They irritate me with that because it's not roving.
It's really like pilly and like splits really bad. And
it's a single, it's not plied, so it's a single, and it's got twist, so it's not
fuzzy. Okay. But it's really slippery, and it is so hard to knit with. Because I don't have the wood knitting needles. Like everybody suggests when you're first starting out to use wood. Well, nowhere that I've been to try to buy needles has any wood needles, of course. Everybody has these metal ones or whatever. So so I had to learn on those, and I don't order tons of them because finances prevent me. Otherwise, I'd be buried in yarn. Well, I actually have like a trick for that, Saf. I have this app that I use, and it's kind of like a credit card, but not really. And I'm going to actually do a video talking about it for people who want to try using it or whatever. But it's called Klarna, and it's a payment plan where you can pay every 2 weeks for 4 payments.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it because I have horrible credit. Horrible.
To make money to do that.
So with the foreign thing, I can like order, stuff and then pay for it every 2 weeks instead of having to pay for the whole thing. Because I try to only order like $100 worth at a time. I don't go overboard,
Right.
I mean, I could never just like go and order like $300 or $400 worth at one time. I couldn't afford to do that, even on the payment plan. But I mean, I would love to. Don't get me wrong. Me too. Only time I can order from online or catalog is if I have used the same. I have to fill it first. Well, that's understandable. Sometimes I may be out before I order it too, because I mean, I like to fill it too, but I don't know. The yarn stores that I have like not been impressing me lately. So I've been ordering yarn. All you have is Hobby Lobby. I have Hobby Lobby and Michael's and Joann's.
Nope.
But I'm not a huge fan of Joann's to begin with. And then I love Michael's. They took y'all's away.
Yeah. Long time ago.
Well, my Joann's just doesn't have a huge selection. Like, and the last time that I went in there, looking for that new Halo yarn.
Mm-hmm.
And they had the Halo yarn, but the big twist was supposed to be on sale and stuff, and they had like two little not even like rows or anything. It was just like a column of, and that was it. And I was like, this is all? What? So yeah, I was very disappointed.
Yeah, I don't. They took our Joann's away shortly after we moved here over 8 years ago now. We've never had a Michael's. My closest Michael's is 2 hours away, actually a little over 2 hours away. So we have Walmart and Hobby Lobby. We had an LYS, but her first grandbaby was born in the next couple states down. So she closed up shop, sold everything, and moved.
Yeah. Hey, I don't blame her there. I mean,
right.
But
yeah, it was funny. I was, well, there went the LYS.
Right. Yeah, I've never had any like that. There's some place in our town that's called the Craft Closet. But I've never been in there, but I looked on their website just to see if they what kind of stuff they had. And they don't carry on at all. Mm-hmm. And I was like, how can you be a craft closet and not carry yarn?
Right.
But they're more like, I think, towards like the sewing and stuff like that, because they had a lot of fabric and stuff on their website. It was pretty fabric. I just don't know how to sew.
We have a couple of them about an hour away. That's our next where our closest Joann's is about an hour away. And there's some LYSs there, but they're not actually yarn. They might have a couple of, hanks or skeins laying around, but the general consensus is it's a quilting shop.
Right. I would love to learn how to do that too. Can you quilt?
Yes, and I miss doing it. I haven't done it in years now, but I miss it.
I have always loved the way that quilts look. I've even tried to find patterns for crochet to make a crochet blanket that would look like a quilt.
Oh.
And
well, kind of see it there. Kind of.
Is it the black there in the back? Is that what you're showing me?
Yeah, give me just a second. Oh.
Okay. Oh my gosh. That is gorgeous. Oh, that
So
is so awesome. I love that.
that's locking filet crochet. It's like 2 blankets. It's
Oh
yeah,
my
you
God.
have an MC and an AC, and a main color and an alternating color. And your main color, like in this, for instance, is black, and then the alternating color that creates the design.
Right.
And it's all done in filet. And depending on where you are in the filet, front or back, creates your pattern.
Wow.
So
That
it's
is so
actually
cool.
essentially two Afghans together.
But you make it at the same time?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Cool.
Down one, and then you go pick up your second color and you go down, and then you turn it over and you go down and down, and then you turn it over and go down and down.
Right. That is awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun
Wow.
too.
Was that a paid pattern or is that something that
Mm-hmm.
you created?
No, that is a Lisa Conley pattern. She's amazing. She has mosaic knit, mosaic crochet, and locking filet crochet. And I
Wow.
love her locking filet crochets. I just
Yeah,
absolutely.
that is beautiful.
I've done numerous ones, queen size, king size. I mean, just amazing patterns. I love them. I'm getting ready to do
Wow.
a lizard. One of her patterns, a lizard.
Let me find. I want to write that name down. What did you say it was?
Lisa Conley. Let me
Lisa Conley.
grab her name. She was here in northern West Virginia at one point in time. It's
Oh, wow.
LISSI or LL or LISSA, Lisa
Yeah. Okay.
Conley.
Okay. Now, is she on Ravelry or Etsy or?
She has her own website. She also does Ravelry. Let's see.
Okay.
I won't be able to drop the link, but I can drop her name as it shows in copy. Live down here and paste. All right, that is how it, if you go and click that and do a .com afterwards, it'll come up to, I think that one's her website, but she's also in Ravelry under the same Lisa Conley Designs or something of that. It's close to that. She's awesome. She's super sweet. Her, I don't know if since she moved or not, if she did. She at one point didn't get online every day because her internet out in the woods like me doesn't work the greatest. So when she'd go to town, she'd get online and respond to emails. And I know that feeling.
Right. I'm not even in the woods. I'm right on the highway and mine craps out sometimes. We got a sucky internet company, like really bad. They just recently got bought out by a new company, and when they did, the service went to nothing.
Oh no.
I have some Amish stores that limited yarn selections. Joann's, Michaels, and Hobby Lobby, 45 to 60 or more minutes away. Depends on traffic. So you do all kind of stuff. You quilt, you knit, you crochet, you tat, you spin, you dye yarn. Did I miss anything?
Farm, military wife.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
So is your husband in which part of the military is he in?
He's chief in the National Guard.
Oh, wow.
He was Navy for 6 years. He was out for 15. He did private contract for 3 years in Afghanistan. And after being out for 15 years, he decided to re-enlist on the Army National Guard side and had to go to boot camp for the second time in his life at 38 years old and a sergeant. He went to boot camp. It was so funny. It was hilarious. I was just like, really? You have to go to boot camp? Seriously?
Right.
But yeah, he's been in the National Guard for a while now. But yeah, it's funny.
I have a cousin that he was in the Army. And when I was getting ready to graduate high school, he had talked me into going up there and going to join the Air Force. He told me that was what I needed to go into. Well, I went up there and took that little test and everything that they have you take to start with, passed it, and they told me that I had to lose 35 pounds before I went to basic training. I said, I thought that was what it was for.
No, you did not.
35 pounds, I'd already be 35 pounds lighter. So I never went back.
Oh no.
So I didn't go into the Air Force. But
that's too funny.
Yeah. I've always been a big girl, and it's hopeless for me to lose weight at this point.
You're fine just the way you are anyway. It does not matter. The heck with them.
10 miles from Belfast Mini Mills. Beautiful yarns. I spend too much there, but great bargains. I wish we had like just a whole store full of yarn that I could just go in and just. Oh, you know what would be so cool? I'm a dork, okay? I know. And you're gonna know it too. I say this, but you know how like kids have like the Chuck E. Cheeses and stuff where they have like the ball pits, and they can just go and just dive into the ball pits, have a great time. If we had some place that had something like that ball pit, but just full of yarn that you could just go and dive into, that would be awesome
for adults.
Yeah.
I end up strangling myself in the strands of yarn. That's me. I'm a klutz.
And my youngest cat loves my yarn. Oh Lord, I have to stay getting on to her. I don't let her in here because my older cats, they'll come in here and they'll sniff around a little bit and then they'll just chill and lay down and whatever. But my little cat, she's only like 5 to 6 months old, and she's still like kitten, she's still hyper and stuff. She wants to play with everything, so she's not allowed in here. But I mostly do all of my crocheting in my recliner in my living room. And when I have it up there, because I sit my yarn right here beside me on the armchair, and as it's like pulling out of the yarn ball or whatever while I'm crocheting, she's steady like slapping at it, trying to grab at it and stuff. And I'm like, you better quit it.
No.
She won't sit bad. Now, one of my other black cat that I have, she's older. She used to be like that when she was little, but she don't care about it no more. Y'all, I'm about to die. I got to turn my AC on. It may be noisy. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
It is so hot in here. I have a window unit. So I don't run it unless like I'm going to be in here for a while.
Right.
And then I cut it off when I go out because I'm not in here that often.
Right.
Only when I'm making videos or doing lives or something.
Right.
Well, I do my diamond painting in here.
Well, that's a good thing. Keeps it away from the kitties and all of them stay.
I could just see my little baby cat with some diamonds.
Oh my
Lord. She'd have them things everywhere.
I'm trying to fix a mess I did quite some time ago is what I'm up to. I
was fixing to ask you what you were working on.
I had this, oh, we get bright ideas and then it becomes like a disaster, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, I had this hand spun yarn that I had spun from way back in the beginning, and I'm not real proud of it. It's kind of like, yeah, it's yarn. And I thought, well, you know what? I was goofing around one day and it's 2-ply. And I was goofing around one day and I thought, you know what? I don't think I had anything else to spin. And I was like, you know what? I'll just grab that and I'll fold it in half and spin it. So it's a 4-ply, right? Ooh. Dumb. So
are you taking it apart?
Huh?
So are you taking it apart?
Yeah, I'm taking the 4-ply back down to 2-ply. And yeah, okay. It didn't ply real well. It was kind of a mess on top of the mess it already originally was.
Wow.
I mean, it's not bad. It just,
yeah,
it's not pretty.
Well, the colors are pretty.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's funky.
Right.
It's not okay with me.
Yeah.
I'm taking it apart.
The colors are pretty though.
Thank you. I'm going to put it into like a granny square, just scrap blanket, just use it.
Right.
I can't throw it away.
Right. No.
Can't throw it away, but I have a bunch of it. So I'm like,
yeah. I love scrap blankets. Every time that I have like yarn that I don't really want to put in a project, or those like little bonbons, or or any leftovers or anything like that, I will put it in a bag for a scrap blanket later, and I just hold 2 strands of different colored yarn together and go to town with it. I just do like the half double crochet, in a line back and forth blankets. And I have 2 of them. And my husband loves covering up with them.
I have one very large tote here of scraps. So I'll be using it in probably like the granny spiked, or the grandma spiked my Afghan, or whatever the heck it's called.
I know there's a Granny Ruth blanket.
Grandma spiked my rippled blanket is the name of it.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's really cool. Here, let me copy the name and go over here and drop it in the chat. There you go. Yeah, it's really cool looking, and it's been around for a while, and the ripple, the way it's done, the ripple looks like it's got spikes, and it's done in stitches. So it's really cool looking. And I thought, all these different colors I have in this very large tote sitting over here, why not?
Right. Let me write this down because I really need another project to start.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah, of course.
I was going over in one of my videos the other day, and I know that I missed some because there was one at work that I have that I forgot about. But I had counted just in here 24 whips / UFOs. And that's just crochet. That ain't even counting the knitting that I started, or my diamond paintings, or puzzle, or nothing,
I understand totally.
I've just started a sock. That was the main reason why I wanted to learn how to knit, was because I wanted to make some hats, like the toboggan style hats. That's why I got to get better at them increases and decreases because I
you
know that I'm gonna like this pattern.
where
And
are you having an issue with them, with the increases and decreases? What does it seem to be?
Getting in the stitch.
Oh, okay.
Like
okay.
when you pull up the little bar and put it on your needle, okay, and then you go to knit into it, like it's tight on the side that I'm supposed to be going into. So
are your
like too tight. I'm knitting. At least I don't think they are. Now it's possible. I may be doing it backwards. I watched a tutorial on it, but I may be. What I'm saying is like where I'm supposed to be, make one left. I may actually be like on. I may be on the wrong side. I may be like doing my make one left on the right side and my make one right on the left side.
Maybe.
And I don't really know like what it's supposed to look like.
I did a short on how I do an SSK, so a slip knit.
I haven't tried one of those yet.
I did a short on that, and that's also making it lean to one direction, to the right. Yeah, to the right. If you go to the short now, it's a little awkward at first, but once you do it, it's like, so that's the only way I do it, unless I'm making a video. It's so simple to do. I learned it from somebody. I was doing a knit along, and somebody posted the video of how to do it, and I was like, "Ooh, I like that cheat step."
Right.
It's really cool.
And I don't know, just by looking at this, I can't tell. I mean, nothing looks twisted to me. So I don't really know.
Right.
I think that might be what it is, because like there's hardly no stretch to this whatsoever. There's a little more on that side, but like right here, there's hardly none. I mean, it ain't stretching like knit should be stretching. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that's probably what it is that I just knit way too tight. And like when I first started that hat, like because when I crochet like normal, I hold my yarn just like this. I don't wrap my finger or anything like that. But when I do the Tunisian, I wrap my first finger. So that's the way that I do with the knit. I wrap my first finger. When I was crocheting that, I'm so used to saying crochet. When I knitted that first hat, there was a line on my finger where I was holding it so tight. And then I was like having to really push down on the needles and stuff to get the stitches to move. And I was like, I'm doing something wrong. And
wow.
Right. So I finally loosened up some, and they started moving easier around the needle and everything. And so I was like, okay, so I've got to really watch how I hold this yarn and how tight I hold it doing this. Because with crochet, I've crocheted for so long that I don't even really pay attention to my tension anymore when I'm crocheting anything. Because like I said, I've done it for so long that it's just something that's natural to me.
Right.
But now with that, which I am brand new, I've been knitting for a week.
Well, you're doing great.
So
you're doing great.
Well, thank you.
You made a hat. I mean, come on.
Well, yeah.
You're doing fine.
I bought one of those, the learn to knit starter things or whatever
Mhm.
that comes with like the 2 sets of the big, long, straight knitting needles.
Right.
So I played with those
The
for
lightsaber.
a day or two, doing like, I called myself doing like I was going to make me a scarf.
Uh-huh.
But I practiced the stitches back and forth, and for some rows. Where did I do with it? It's right here.
Yay!
Here's one of my practice little things. That's
Good.
where I was doing like the ribbon, and then I wanted to try, learning how to do the stockinette. And I was really trying to focus on trying to keep my edges tight, because when I don't know where the other little practice thing went that I had, but boy, them edge stitches was looking bad, real bad. I was like, how do you keep that last stitch tight, And so I started slipping the first stitch.
Uh-huh.
And it took me a minute to figure that out too, because if you're wanting it to, or at least I'm thinking that if you're wanting it to be all knit on one side, you purl that first stitch, or you purl slip it like purl wise, whatever. I don't know the terminology yet.
Okay.
So yeah. But anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, Henley.
If you go in across and you slip the first one and then you knit it when you come back through, and then you slip it again the first time, that helps on each side.
Right.
If you slip the first stitch, knit across, then slip the first one and knit back across, that helps quite a bit with your edge. But it will give you a little bit of a different design.
On the side?
Yeah, I have a bag.
I think I know what you're talking about, because it don't actually give you like a chain side or whatever. It gives you a bump side. Yeah. I got it right there too. Yeah. It's not like Crochet or Tunisia. Yeah. But see, like with one of your tutorials where you were doing one of those swatches and how you had like a little pretty border on the side and everything.
Oh yeah, that's just.
I don't know that I can do that.
Oh, it's just knitting. All you're doing is knitting the first 5 stitches in the last 5 stitches, or how many ever stitches on both sides. You just knit it on both sides.
Okay.
That's it. That's all there is to it. Now, I mean, the lace on this one, I mean, I'm not doing a tutorial on this. This is somebody else's pattern.
Right.
But, this is eyelet lace and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that. I definitely can't do it yet.
All you got to do is make one, which is yarn over. And,
okay.
That's all you're doing. You're increasing and decreasing. It's that simple. You're yarning over and knitting 2 together. Yarning over, knitting 2 together, that type of thing.
See, the knitting 2 together, that is hard for me. Like, because trying to get in that first one to get to the second one to knit them together, that is hard. You made a sock, Michelle. That is awesome. I'm trying to.
Good job.
We're gonna see how it goes. Oh, I do have my sock right here. Let me show it.
How are you, Niecy? Good to see you. Are you making dinner? Did you eat already? You should have eaten already.
Here is my sock. What I've got done of it so far.
Very good.
That is all. I gotta find my camera.
Yeah, that looks great.
So thank you.
That
I
looks
love this yarn. This
uh-huh.
yarn is so pretty to me.
It's
And I'm really not even that big of a pink lover, but this yarn is really pretty to me. It's Paul Ply guy yarn or whatever.
Right. You're working on a pumpkin. Cool.
I have never made a pumpkin.
Really?
In all my years of crocheting, I have never made a pumpkin.
I knitted one and I tatted one. That's it.
Now, I've watched some of your videos on the tatting too. Now, that's pretty cool looking. I don't know if I could.
There's the tatting pumpkin.
Oh, that's cute. I don't know if I could stand to do that with that teeny tiny lace yarn stuff like that.
It's number 10 thread.
I know. I tried to crochet with it one time.
Uh-huh.
And that was the only time I ever used it.
Really?
Yep. And I had bought a lot of it. I gave every bit of it away.
Oh my goodness. I have a whole wall of it.
I can't see. I can't see that stuff. What was it? Oh, it was a napkin ring holder that I crocheted with it. Jaden Stitches tutorial on her channel. And
I remember when you did that.
I had gotten like this new table set with the napkins for the plates and everything, and but it didn't have the rings for the napkins. So I was like, that's no problem. I'll just crochet some. And yeah, I made one. And I said, no, that's not gonna work.
Is that what happened with Michelle? She said that she doesn't like competition.
Right. That might be. Which now my sock, I'm using 3-weight yarn. I'm not using the 1-weight. I have some 1-weight, but I don't have the 2.25 millimeter needles yet. I've ordered some. I'm waiting on them.
Yeah.
They should be here like Monday. But I Crazy Sock Lady on YouTube. She has the DK weight pattern for socks.
Yep.
So, and because I had 4 millimeter needles and some DK weight yarn, I was like, well, I'll try it like this, because she had suggested like a 3.25, but I had the 4 millimeter. I was like, well,
I use a
try that.
5. Yeah, it
may be the 4.25.
I like the I have a 1 point something, and I've used it like twice. It's like literally knitting with toothpicks. I'm like, no, this don't work for me. Let's see. Oh,
quality scissors. My scissors are... Girl, let me show you my scissors. Well, let me find my camera. Look, my little dog my cat one has chewed up on my scissors. I need some good quality scissors too. Oh my gosh. Yes, those are tiny. What size is those?
It says it's a this says it's a 2.25, a US 1. I thought they were smaller.
That is what I've got coming in the mail.
I like my 9-inch circulars.
Hey, Kay. You know what? I didn't get the notification of my own live until like 10 minutes after I had already been live. So it doesn't surprise me.
Yep. 2.25.
Wow. Those are tiny. Oof.
We don't eat.
I hope that my arthritic hands can handle it.
My fingers hurt mainly.
Right.
Because of trying to hang on to that little tiny piece of metal. I'm like, really? Hey, Kay. Wow. Yeah. The 9-inch circulars are the bomb for making socks.
That's what size I ordered, was the 9-inch. So I ordered the 2.25 and the 4 millimeter so that I could do
Mm-hmm.
the 9-inch circular, because I'm doing the magic loop on this sock.
Mm-hmm.
And I am not a very big fan of that.
Yeah.
Of that magic loop. And mainly because I get the ladder. I get the ladder on the side. So
Yeah.
I would rather just be able to go in a circle all the way around.
Yeah. I mean, I do, if I'm doing 2 at a time, usually what I'll do is I'll start the cuff on my 9-inch circular, and then I'll put that cuff onto the magic loop, and then I'll start another cuff, and then I'll put it on the magic loop, and then I'll knit. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the magic loop either. I can work faster on 2 9-inch circulars than I can doing the magic loop.
Wow.
Any day.
I mean, I did that in a few hours at work. Well, no, not a few hours. It was more than a few hours, but because just the ribbon alone, because of the pearl stitch, just the ribbon alone takes a good little bit of time.
Right.
And I think that was like 20 rows of ribbon. It might have been 10 on that one. I can't remember. But the ribbon takes me a few minutes, because that pearl stitch takes me a few minutes.
It took me a long time to get the swing of the, doing a pearl. And then once I finally got it in my head, all a pearl stitch is a reverse knit. Why are you making this so complicated?
I don't know, though. I mean, like, when I'm doing the pearl stitch, I'm like, man, I need a crochet hook for this.
It's definitely, you're knitting way too tight. That's definitely. You said that. Yep, that's it. You're definitely knitting way too tight.
But I mean, I think too that I'm when I was first doing it, when I first started, I had them big old long needles, them straight needles, and I kept dropping them. I could not. Every time I would get to the end of the row and take off that last stitch, that other needle, the empty needle, would slip right out of my hand. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I'm never going to learn how to use circular needles if I can't hold on to these.
Oh, I have straight needles, all kinds of sizes, everything, different lengths and stuff. Very rarely do I use straight needles for anything. I generally keep everything on circulars, whether it's flat or round, because of situations like this. I've got it sitting in the bag and it's not going anywhere.
Right.
It's not going to fall off. It's not going anywhere. I just crisscross my needles and stuff it in the bag, and that's it.
Right. Now, is that a shawl?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, it turns into a poncho.
Oh, okay.
I don't have the actual pattern in here. I just have my ticker sheet.
I hope to one day be able to make a sweater, because I love sweaters in the wintertime.
They're not as hard as they seem.
Well, and me, I'm like huge tomboy. Okay. So like, I just like the big oversized manly type looking sweater or whatever, just plain old Jane sweater, So I did find a tutorial on YouTube. I can't remember whose it is, but I found one that was just simple, plain raglan style.
Mm-hmm.
And, yes. And I love raglan style anything, even when it's crochet.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to knit that when I get the size needles for it, because it's made out of the chunkier yarn. Mm-hmm. So I need bigger needles. All I have is small ones right now, but I did just buy a set from Kay. So it's coming. They coming in the mail, and I've ordered some from Amazon that's coming in the mail. So I think I'm gonna be set, maybe.
I have the 2 sets from that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. Of course, most of them aren't in here because they're in a bag somewhere with a project on them. But
Right.
just the simple, interchangeable, relatively inexpensive.
That's what I bought from Kay. She had bought an interchangeable set. I think she said at Hobby Lobby
I
when
love.
they were. It was My Blanket for the Stranger Summer Mal, hosted by Heather the Crochet Witch.
Nice.
Oh, somebody asked you what you were working on. Okay, I was like, what are you talking about? But anyway, I think she had said that she got them at Hobby Lobby, but she just wasn't for the knitting, she said. So
Yeah.
I was like, well, if you want to sell them, I'll buy them. And so
I love them. I do. I absolutely love them. I had one break on me when I was working on a shawl. I forget what shawl it was, but the one that broke on me is, get my magnifying glass here. Maybe I can see it.
I feel you pain there.
It was the right direction. Let's see.
I've got these that I'm supposed to be wearing,
Uh-huh.
but I don't wear them.
And it snapped. It literally snapped as I was using it. And I was like, oh, right in the middle of a stitch.
That is the worst. I was working on something Tunisian, and I had ordered a set of Tunisian hooks that were plastic, and I loved the hook because it was actually going through my stuff so smooth. It had like the Susan Bates head on it, it had the pointy head, so it was going through my stitches so good. And then all of a sudden it just broke in half right while I was doing my stitches, and I was like, are you serious? So of course then I had to go buy another hook because that was the only one that size that I had. It was a 6.5 inch.
Oh, no.
So I was like, this is great. So I just had to wait till I got another hook.
Uh-huh. Jeannie's Skin and Be Creative Crafts.
Hey, Be Creative and Jeannie. Thanks for coming in. I've been eyeing the interchangeable ones from Hobby Lobby. So good to know you like. See, I don't go to Hobby Lobby that much either. My main store that I go to is Michael's, and that's because I'm like obsessed with Karen cakes.
I see. No, I'm
noticeable.
You are. I couldn't tell.
You can't even see this shelf right here side of me.
Had no clue. What kind of yarn?
Yeah. So, but yeah, Michael's is my store. But now I do love I love this yarn brand of acrylic.
Yeah.
I used to be 100% Red Heart Super Saver for acrylic. And then I found the I love this yarn brand at Hobby Lobby, and I went to it, and I liked it. Yeah. I was like, this is really a lot softer than Red Heart.
Right.
And then I saw Pamela's Adoring Crochet. I saw her keeping on using the big twist from Joann's. So when they had it on sale back when it was like, I think they had it on sale for like $1.99 a skein or whatever. I ordered me up some of it to try it, and I liked it too.
Yeah.
So, but that's why I have all of the solids like I have. But these Karen cakes, yeah, that's my stick right there. I love Karen cakes. But I love it because of the self-striping.
Right.
And it's just so easy because, like, you can make blankets, shawls, I mean, just about anything out of a Karen cake,
Right.
And not have to worry with changing colors or nothing like that because I don't color control. Right. I ain't about all them weaving in ends. And this temperature blanket right here, all these ends, boy, that's going to be, they may not get weaved in.
Wait till you get the bright idea to knit a mitered square scrappy blanket.
Mm.
Yeah, lots of ends.
See, that's like the stripy socks and stuff that I've seen. They're so cute.
They are.
But that's a lot of ends. I love Big Twist, but hands down, I love this yarn print is my favorite. They have beautiful prints per color. Yeah, they do. I like Michael's, but it's about 45 minutes away, and Hobby Lobby is 20-ish minutes. My Michael's is probably about 20 to 25 minutes from me.
It would be fringe. Totally.
I'm telling you. But see, the way that this blanket is worked, it's done in panels, jointed to go panels. So everywhere that this fringe is, there's going to be a panel right here.
Right.
So I've either got to weave them in, or they're just going to have to be back there on the back tickling somebody's, all I know. And it'll be me, because this is my blanket. I do a temperature blanket from the year that I was born. So, but I'm doing it in, like I said, the Tunisian panels, join as you go.
Okay.
Simple stitch.
Simple stitch. Yeah.
I got that from Tony Lipsy over at TL Yarn Crafts.
Yeah, she's cool.
I love her channel.
Yeah, she's really cool.
And she's so funny because she talks like she'd be like, girl, let me learn you something.
Let me get you up close and personal.
Yeah, that is so funny to me.
Yeah, she is. She's a card.
She does
like
that.
her.
Yes.
Yeah. She's a card.
Yeah. I mean, she's just so natural and everything on her videos and stuff. And
right.
And then in some of them, she's like real professional. And I'm like, man, I wish I could be like that, you know? But here I am, hair up in a clip, in pajamas. I mean, yeah, that's real professional.
Well, you know, I mean, you're you, and that's what makes you likable. That's all that matters. I mean, that's all there is to it. As long as you're being you,
right, people
are gonna love you.
Well, and that's mainly why I created my YouTube channel. It's because I wanted friends that you know that I could enjoy doing my craft with. Right. Because I don't really know anybody like in my area around me that does what I do. You know, I would love to have like a crochet group that got together like once a week or something, you know, and
not here.
Here either, you know. I mean, so, but there's just not anybody that I know that does this kind of stuff. Everybody that I know is doing other stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm just like, okay, well, you do you. You know, exactly. You do you. I'm gonna be at home. So,
totally agree.
Look up to see if there is a local knitting or crochet guild in your area. What is the guild? Is that like
it's just
shows or something?
It's just a group. There's spinning guilds, there's all kinds of different guilds, soapers guilds. It's a group kind of more certified to do things together.
You know, on Bonnie Babe Crochet's channel, she's all the time talking about like some kind of crochet guild or something that she goes to and like does the
place where everybody can look up and get together, and it's a generalized group for that specific area.
Right. I bet there ain't no one that's close to me. If it is one, it's probably like up around Montgomery or Birmingham.
Right.
So it ain't gonna be down here where I'm at.
How close are you to the panhandle of Florida?
Very.
Yeah.
I can be in Florida in like 10 minutes.
We weren't far from each other at one point then.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm from Florida originally, but when
So is my
here,
husband.
we moved here from Suwannee County.
I don't know where that is, but I bet you my husband does. He lived in Polk County. He was raised in Polk
way
County.
south. I actually was raised near Polk.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
His family and all still lives down there.
Really?
And his mom had married someone that I don't know if he lived up here or they just moved up here or what happened there. But she got with him, so he would like go and stay with his grandma in Florida, like during the winters and stuff. He said he had to go south for the winter, like he was a bird. Check your local library. I used to live in Pensacola.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Niecy's from Florida too. Well, I say from Florida. She lived in Florida. I don't know if she's actually from Florida. I can't remember. Sorry, Niecy.
We go down there every once in a while, but that's how we met, was because he was living up here with his mom. And like I said, he used to say that he had to go south for the winter, like he was a bird. But we actually met in the wintertime.
Yeah.
So that was one winter that he didn't go.
Suwannee County is directly between Tallahassee and Jacksonville. Okay. Like dead center between the two of them.
Okay.
45 minutes south of Valdosta, Georgia.
Wow. My dad owns a construction company, and we were doing some work down in Tallahassee just here like about a month or so ago.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, it was an hour and a half to water either direction unless you went to the river.
I can be in Georgia or Florida within about 10 to 15 minutes. I'm that close to both of them.
I figured
right there in the corner.
I figured you probably was.
Mm-hmm.
When you started talking about going up to Mobile and stuff like that, it was like, I bet she's real close to Florida.
Yeah, very. Yeah, it only takes us like an hour to, well, depending on how fast we drive, but an hour to an hour and a half to get to Panama City.
Oh, goodness.
So.
That's not too bad.
No.
That's not bad at all.
But you know, as close as we are, though, we really don't go that much.
Yeah.
We used to go a lot, but, I mean, we just don't. And, I mean, because there's really not as much to do down there as there used to be. Nope. They done built all them real big hotels and stuff down there, and they're just, there's not as much for kids to do and stuff anymore.
No. It's all set up for an attraction more than it is, right. Anybody to go have fun.
Yeah.
There you go. Niecy says that her youngest daughter was born in Panama City.
Right. That's cool. Oh, and Panama City is huge. Well, it's not really huge, but it's busy. It's like crazy busy.
Like driving through Nashville.
Yeah.
Don't like that either.
Well, I don't know. It wasn't that bad for me that time I went. I went for an Avon convention one year when I sold Avon. I didn't mind driving, but I didn't like riding that bus that we rode that time. Now that scared me. Yeah, they closed Miracle Strip too. And the Shipwreck Island, there ain't hardly much at Shipwreck Island no more neither. Hey, Mary Lou, welcome in.
Yeah, there really isn't. It for us now. Now that we've moved the farm up here. Our standard trip to Florida is about 12 hours down to where we're from, where we moved from.
Right.
We were loaded. It was loaded miles. It was 14 hours. So, yeah.
Wow.
Long trips.
Hey, Anvita.
Anvita. Have you seen some of her beautiful work?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't know she had a channel.
No, I don't know that she does. I know that she posts them in my Facebook group, and I share Saturdays.
I see them. I may have. I don't recognize names. Like when I'm scrolling, but I'm sure that I probably have then.
She just posted one in the group, and I'm like standing there going, wow. All her work is beautiful. I love it. Love it.
There's still so much crochet stuff that I've never done. And I've been crocheting since I was probably like somewhere between 8 and 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Mom taught me. I don't remember the exact age. But oh, okay. She says she don't have a channel. But I mean, there's still so much that I've never done. And I mean, I'm just like, when I see it, I'm like, that's so cool looking. I need to do that.
Yeah.
And then there's another project on my list. I've got a book of patterns that I've printed out. I say I'm going to make, and I'm like, yeah.
We won't even go into the thumb drives that I have. I got a whole shelf over here.
You probably have one of Crystal's, don't you?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
I wanted one when she was doing them. Now she does them as some kind of thing through Etsy. It's not the thumb drive anymore. She sends it like through as PDFs or whatever.
No, my thumb drives are patterns that I've downloaded onto the computer and saved to a thumb drive.
Oh, okay. Man, I need to do that. Because I got like on my phone, I got where, you have like your files folder on here or whatever.
Yep.
Man, that thing's so full. And I want to print them out, but then I'm like, no, because that's just a waste of ink printing all them out. Some of them are like 20 and 30 pages long.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, no, that's a lot. And so I'm like, no, I don't want to print them out. So I just leave them on there. But then my phone's so little, when I want to try to like look at it, I'm like, I can't see that. So I need to do that. I need to put them on my computer.
Yeah.
Maybe I can see it then.
I was having issues with my laptop. And before it crashed, I was like, nope.
Right.
Ship all that stuff to thumb drives.
Yeah. Well, with that, I could just like load it to my iCloud or whatever.
Right.
So I shouldn't have to worry about that crashing, even if my computer crashed.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I have the stuff on iCloud, but mine is always like, it pauses uploading, and it's updating what you've done recently.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really?
That's so aggravating. No.
I'm looking
so aggravating.
Sure. Will you please show it to me?
Right. That's how I film my tutorials, is off of my iPhone. And so, like, I'm sitting here, and I've done figured out now, though, if I do it ahead of time, by the time that I'm ready to actually upload it to YouTube, it's ready, and it's on there on my computer for me to put in my editor thing on here. And but yeah, it takes hours for mine to finally upload. I mean, I'll sit here and it'll be like, move this much, and I'll be like, are you serious?
My video for part 4 for the crochet along comes out tomorrow.
Right.
Well, all of them have been pre-recorded for a long time, and I had to go all the way up to our gate all the way to our gate, which is a half a mile from the house, out the property, all the way to our gate, and sit up there at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, waiting for the stupid video to upload, because I sat here for hours trying to get it to upload and it wouldn't upload.
Oh my God.
YouTube, so I could finish editing it in YouTube.
Right.
So yeah, here I am sitting in the truck, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, on top of the mountain in the middle of nowhere at my front gate.
Wow.
Waiting for the video to upload. And I'm like, if anybody has a problem with this, I am so sorry. I am so tired and over it at this point.
Right. I feel the struggle. I haven't had to go that far, but I do feel the struggle.
I tried for 3 days to get that video to upload. 3 different days. Never would. And it looked like it was going. I was at like 30-something%. And I'm sitting here and sitting here and sitting here. And I'm like, oh, the heck with this. I got in the truck and drove all the way out to the front gate and said, now, set it up on my, because there is actually an AT&T tower right there. And that's what we are. I mean, granted, you ping, but it's right there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm up out there doing the Lion King with it on my dash. Oh! And you will get signal.
Oh, I know what you mean though. Like we're on Verizon, and Verizon's supposed to be the best, right? And
yeah.
Ever since they started messing with them 5G towers, Verizon has went to crap too. Yep. And we can literally be in the Verizon store and have no service whatsoever. Yep. I'm like, are you serious?
Yep. I feel you. The pain.
Oh, it's horrible. I don't know what's going on with this mess. But that stuff ain't worth what you got to pay for it.
Right. I just upgraded and I hated to do it, but I was having such sound issues with my old phone. I had to. Now I just glow. I'm like, whoa! So I got to figure out why I'm glowing. But I went to town and I got this one, which is the iPhone 13 Max Pro. And I got it. But, in September, they released the 14.
Right. My son's wanting it. He has the 12 Pro Max or whatever. I have the 11. My husband has the 10 or X or whatever it's called. And he somehow, I want the 14. And I was like, I still owe money on your 12.
Right.
I do the plan or whatever where you get it for so many years for so much a month on your bill. Because that was a $1,200 phone.
Yep.
When he got it, that was his, Christmas that year or whatever.
Right.
And so I was like, no, you keeping that phone till it is paid off, and probably after that too.
Right. Exactly.
These things is getting too expensive.
It's ridiculous. I mean, I remember picking up a 99-cent phone.
Right.
A little Nokia or whatever,
Yes.
I remember when the Star Trek, the flip phone, they were the big thing, and they were like $400.
Look, I remember the radio styled ones, like the satellite looking phones. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, these kids nowadays, they just don't know the struggle.
No. I was talking to my friend, my girlfriend, when she was here visiting, and I told her, I said, back in that day, I said, pagers had just come out.
Right.
Pager.
Yeah. And don't forget about the beep beeps.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, I hated them things. We had them when I was a teenager. And I'd be, out at the ball field or something with all my friends, and my daddy, he loved them beep beeps. And just, I'd be standing there with all my friends, and just all of a sudden, he had a nickname for me. He called me Moosehead.
Uh-huh.
And I had a friend that her name was also named Heather, and he called me Moosehead 1 and her Moosehead 2. And he would come over that daggum beep beep. Hey, Moosehead. He's sitting there with all my friends now. Talking about embarrassing. I was like, oh, I hated them things.
CBs a lot. We were on the CB a lot when I was a kid.
Right.
Yeah, a lot.
We didn't have any of those, but them beep beep things, then what, Next Tail or whatever.
Yeah,
I hated that thing.
I remember when those came out.
Yeah. The
walkie-talkie part of it.
Yeah. I always just called them the beep beeps. But my son went to the ball game last night. It was a homecoming game, the football game. And I had wanted to go because it's been a long time since I've been to, a ball game down there. And he was like, Mama, you're not going. And I was like, I want to.
Oh, my goodness.
And he was like, no. If you go, I won't be able to walk with my friends or nothing. You'll make me sit there on them bleachers. And I was like, no, I won't. But that just makes me think, back to when my daddy made me carry around that beep beep, how embarrassed he would have been last night if he'd had to have one of them beep beeps instead of that expensive iPhone.
Exactly. No joke. That would have been hilarious.
Right. Hey, Vicki, welcome in.
Hi, Vicki. I've been sitting here just listening to y'all. So tell me, Spring, how do you save to
all over my computer?
Well, I put excuse me. What I do is I take the thumb drive and I put it in the USB thumb drive. I put it in the computer, and then I'll find in files wherever it may be on whatever pattern. I'll find in the file itself, and I'll right click and go to either open in if it tells me I have to open it in another section, or if it gives me the option to save, I'll save it. And usually it'll be to whatever type of SD. It'll say like HDSD or like, I'm just going to give a for instance here because I have for my trail camera Moultrie. It'll say Moultrie SD, or thumb drive. It'll say Moultrie thumb drive, whatever it may be. HP, which Hewitt Packard thumb drive. It'll bring up that option. You just got to know what it comes up as to save it there.
Right.
And you can open that up to begin with and drag and drop and just throw everything. You actually can do that for most, and you need to go in before you delete the file. You need to go into the thumb drive and open every one of them to make sure that they actually open. Because not all of them will open when you do that.
Right.
Yeah, I have several. I have one with all knitting stuff and one with crochet stuff and quilting and all that.
Wow. I cross stitch. Well, I used to. I can't see as good as I used to could, so I haven't cross stitched in a while.
So
But
you use DM thread, or do you use the cross stitch thread?
Yeah, and you separate it, but I don't know. That's different than like crocheting with it. No, I have used that cross stitch type thread, and I crocheted my sister a pair of earrings for Halloween. She was what was it, like a hippie or whatever, like from she had bought a Halloween costume that was like the 70s style poncho, and she had like the piece the piece, there was a piece necklace that she had got, and I crocheted her some like fringy boot top things to go over the tops of her boots, boot covers, whatever. And then I crocheted her a pair of huge like peace signs symbol earrings. And so I just like took all of those bright colors for like the, you know, like the hippie style whatever colors, like it that was in that poncho that she had. There was some orange and purple and green and I don't even remember what other, yellow, I think. And I just mixed all of that together. So when I was crocheting the earrings, it was almost like I had like almost a 3-weight yarn probably that I was actually crocheting with, because I was holding all that together. So it still wasn't teeny tiny. But that teeny tiny stuff, I just, oof, that's hard with them little bitty needles or hooks. They look like needles, like the ends of them are so tiny you look like you could stab something.
But with tatting, you're using an actual needle, so that's the difference there. It's like, you know, you're using it for embroidery, you're using a needle. It's the same thing with tatting. You're using a needle.
Yeah, but it's long, like really long, right? They're like this long. How long are they? It looks long in your tutorial.
Okay, so you know your standard, you know, crochet hook. The top of the needle is right there.
Okay.
They're not.
So it's not that long then.
No, they're not
I
that
guess
long.
your camera just makes it look really long.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're camera.
Yeah.
They're not that long, and they're very, very dull.
So they're not real pointy, like an actual sewing needle.
Nope. Not dull or not sharp at all.
So where do you get stuff like that? Can you get them at regular craft stores and stuff too?
Hobby Lobby actually has a book, and you get a CD, How to Start, which I never even looked at, and a book that I never even looked at. I bought it for the needles. There's a book. It's a Christmas one. Let's see. Yeah, Hobby Lobby has a book, and it comes with the CD of how to get started, and I don't know where it worked.
So is it like tutorials on the CD?
Yeah, it tells you how to get started and how to do the different stitches and stuff like that.
So that would be pretty cool to make like Christmas ornaments and stuff.
Yeah, I made a bunch. I made 5. Well, no, I made 7. One for each person at Crystal Bago Days. I made tatted ornaments for her last Christmas.
Huh. You know what? I think I watched that video.
Yeah.
Or I watched one of them. I don't know if I, you know, because
Little Evelyn got.
I know that there's some that she does that I miss, but she I remember watching her do like an unboxing of ornaments that she was doing.
Yeah, she I sent her Evelyn got a pink snowflake, because you know she's like so into pink, and had the pink Christmas tree and all of that.
Evelyn is her daughter. Okay, I had to think about it a minute.
The little one, yeah. Rose.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, Rose. And then Crystal's was a rainbow Christmas tree, was the one I did for Rose, or for Crystal.
Yeah.
And of course I made several others, so everybody else kind of got to pick what they wanted, but those two specifically got them specifically for her. But yeah, they were tatted ornaments. I sent my mom tatted ornaments for their church tree and for, you know, her house and her tree. Tatted ornaments are there.
It looks neat, man. The way I was watching it and I was like, man, that's so cool looking. And because a lot of times I'll just be like crocheting on something or something, and I'll just let people's playlists just play on TV while I'm crocheting, and I just listen, you know. Oh man, that is cool. That's like a doily.
Yeah. This was my tat along that I did a while back. It's seven weeks long.
And I remember seeing that on your channel.
each color was a new clue.
That is cool.
Yeah,
that is so cute too. See, I need to try that because listen at me, like I need another hobby.
Yeah, that's me. No more.
Right? I do though, because like I love candles and I love, you know, I crochet like little doilies and stuff for my candles to sit on top of. But I mean, I do it with the thicker yarn, and with something like that, it wouldn't be as bulky.
Yeah. Yeah, no. No.
Because I never could crochet a doily with that small thread, you know. Because like I said, I did that one thing of crochet with the crochet 10 thread or whatever, and
this is the same. Let me get to a decent part. I never finished this one. I needed to. This is the same, but it's using
I love those colors on that one. Blue's my favorite color.
Well, it goes with my kitchen, but it's the same exact thing. Right. Just using ice yarn number 2 and Lion Brand number 2 cotton. So it's a little thicker, as you can see from the other one, wherever it went. There it is. Oh,
but you tatted that too, though, or you crocheted that?
No, it's tatted.
Oh, okay.
So it's that much bigger between the purple and this white. That's how much bigger it is from the crochet 10 thread to the number 2 or number 3. And I just used the large needle because that's one of the things I explained, and is your whatever size yarn or thread you use, it needs to be the same size as the shaft of the needle that you're tatting with.
Huh. Okay.
Yep, that's the easiest way to tell which one you're supposed to be using.
For the crochet 10, then you need like a really thin needle, basically.
The same size as, it's not the smallest, trust me. The smallest you use sewing thread, actually less than sewing thread on. I've got here. Yeah, I've got
sewing thread is, you can't even hardly see it already. Good Lord.
Yeah, that's what I was just trying to get, that particular needle. I have some thread that is so thin it isn't even funny. Okay, so here is the needle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that is for less than sewing thread.
Oh my gosh.
And for
tiny.
For using the heavier weight yarn, like in the bigger one, it's this, which, as you see, I can't bend
like that. Yeah.
And then the one kind of in between, there's 2 sizes in between the 2 I just showed you. And the one down from this heavy one is the one you use for crochet number 10 thread. But you can use number 3 thread. You know, they have the number 3 thread.
I've never had that. I've never had any of the 3 thread.
fashion 3.
So how much thinner? Okay. Is that thinner than the 10?
That's bigger than 10.
It's bigger?
Yeah, the smaller the number, the bigger the thread.
Okay.
The bigger the number, the smaller the thread. Yeah, I show in one of my talking about what to use for tatting. I talk about all these different sizes because I have a buttload of them. Let's see here. Here is the one that is less than sewing thread, and it's going to be. Let me find something to put it over. Maybe.
I can see it. I can't believe I can see it, but I can see it.
Yeah, I mean, it is like cut through you.
Right.
I mean,
I can't see it on your finger.
Yeah, it is so super thin. That's what you use that smallest needle for, is that size. God. And it's a pain in the neck. That's why I don't do much with it, because it'll knot in a hurry.
All right. I can imagine. Niecy was saying that what's the best tatting project for a first timer?
Earrings. Grab one of the earring videos and just go with it, because it's so simple and done in no time. Small little itty bitty projects.
I know I was watching one of your earring tutorials. It was for the crosses, like the bubble looking cross ones. Those are pretty.
It's when I get in a rhythm, I'll just come in and grab something and I'll just start and I'll make something, and it doesn't take me much to make one.
Right.
And I'll make it and I'll be like, that's kind of cool, or throw that in the trash, and I've lost like that much thread,
Right.
I mean, it's not that big a deal. And I'll go, if I do earrings, which I do a lot of, is because I'll make one and I'll be like, oh, that's really cool, let's record the second one. You know, I mean, there's two kind of like socks. It's like, you did one and that turned out cool, let's do the other one on a video.
Right.
But yeah, earrings is the absolute best to go for. Absolutely.
Yeah, that kind of works for me like that with hats, because every time I make a hat and I show it to my mom or my sister, they're like, ooh, make me one.
I never can make one. I swear. It's ridiculous.
Well, the thing with me is I don't like to make more than one. So
I'm like,
after I made one of something of one pattern, I don't want to make it anymore. And I don't know. Well, some stuff's like that, I guess. Not everything, because I can make granny squares. Oh my gosh, I can make granny squares over and over and over. I have a bag of them over here too, of some scraps that I had held together. I'm actually planning on turning it into a bag. One of those that's like pointed like this, and then
like crystals. Crystal has one like that, yeah.
I want one of those kind, but I held 2 strands of scrap yarn together to make my granny squares with. I think I need like one more granny square, and then I'll have enough to do the bag. Okay. But then I got to figure out how it goes together.
It's the way you sew them together, it's not hard. As far as it's like 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 3 and then 2, something of that nature. I can't remember exactly how many it was, because it was like, I can't even remember, like 16 or something squares or something. That probably doesn't even add up, y'all. I don't even know. But that's how it goes. And then you sew around the edge and then bring it up for the handles.
I know I think I might have got the pattern off of Yarn Inspirations or whatever for the one that I'm talking about.
Yeah. There's a lot of different people that have done it.
Yeah. I just got 4 beginners crochet books from Amazon.
Nice.
Cool.
Very nice.
I have a lot of crochet books saved in my save for later on Amazon that I'm eventually going to get, maybe.
Uh-huh.
I have like 100 things in my save for later list on Amazon.
And then you have to go empty your cart out so you can purchase something.
Right.
That's
what I do. I put it all over in my save for laters. That way it's not technically in my cart, but it ain't went nowhere neither.
Uh-huh.
So, because I've got, now I have knitting stuff in there. I have crochet stuff. I have Tunisian crochet stuff. I have regular everyday books like you read in there. And now I have diamond painting stuff in there too, since I've started diamond painting. So, but I tell you what I really want to do, what I want to learn how to do more than any of it, more than any of the other new hobbies that I want.
Yeah, sure.
I want to learn how to dye some yarn.
Yeah.
Because that is just so awesome looking, the way that they turn out.
You want me to tell you the quickest, easiest way to test a project, to attempt to dye something? The quickest, easiest.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Go to Walmart. Get yourself the Walmart brand cotton, white. Okay. Go home and soak it in a little bit of vinegar water. Not rocket science. Put water in a bowl, splash some, tablespoon or 2 or 3 or whatever. Just put some vinegar in the water. Let it soak until it's good and saturated. Pull it out. Pull the water off of it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, you heat up a pot of water and you have some Wilton's food coloring. Simple. Pick a color. Any color you want. It don't matter. Just get one color and go with it.
Right.
In there, put some in there. You're just guessing.
Yeah.
There's no science to this at this point. You're just playing.
Right.
Then take that and just start slowly adding it in. So that way it's dark and then it starts making it an ombre, because it's less and less, because the very beginning of it sucked up a whole bunch of the color. So the slower you start adding it in, the less the intensity of the color is going to be.
Right.
And just barely steam it for a little while. It's, a lot of times you're looking for the color to go clear and all that. You want to let it sit for a little while and then just shut it off and just leave it sit and let it go to room temperature. Just leave it alone. Once it's gone to room temperature, rinse it in cool water. Then rinse it in cool vinegar water, because it's food coloring. So the cool water helps set it. The vinegar helps set it. And you have your first hand-dyed cotton. That is the easiest, simplest way to get your fingers into playing with dye.
And then are you talking about like the cone, or just like the little Lily Sugar and Cream or whatever?
Walmart a brand cotton.
Oh, you're talking about in like a skein like this. Okay, yes. I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
I bought that before. It's really soft too.
Yes. Do you have a cake winder?
Mm-hmm.
You can put it in a cake.
I have a Swift and a winder.
Or in a Swift. Take it and put it on the Swift and make it into a hank. Or you can put it in a cake and saturate the whole cake in the water and do it that way too. You can just put the whole cake in your pot of colored water. It's very, very easy. That is the quickest, easiest way to play around with dyeing yarn.
Sounds like a decently cheap way to do it too.
Exactly.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
how I did some of my very first ones for myself, just
Mhm.
playing with it to see if I was even really interested in doing it.
Right.
That's how I started.
That's what I want to, figure out is if it's something that I'm gonna even like
Mhm.
doing.
Right.
Because it looks awesome once it's,
Right.
because I love buying it.
Right. Right. And then you can get used to, then you can get into playing around with hand painting it and all the different techniques. And then you can expand out into different types of dye. And then you end up with a whole new set of pots and pans because it has to be specifically for
Right.
acid dye or whatever dye you're using,
I know Nitpicks has like that quarterly subscription or
Mhm.
whatever to teach you
Yep.
how to use, but it's the acid dyes
Yep.
or whatever.
I
I was
think they
looking at that earlier.
I think they use Jacquard.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the one that they use, which Jacquard's a really nice one.
Yeah.
They have very intense colors.
Right. Mary, I just started learning diamond painting. I find it a real stress reliever. That's why I started too,
Right.
Vicki. It really does help with stress, and it helps a lot with anxiety too. And I have bad anxiety. My hands, I have to keep my hands busy, or I pick at my fingers if I don't.
Ooh.
My problem is every time I hear about a different craft, I want to learn it. That's my problem too.
I
Now
know.
I learn how to tap.
I totally get it.
I'm not gonna lie, I would like to try spinning too, but I just don't know. I don't know if that is something that I could do or not.
Well, you're
I know.
oh. And now she's gonna want to learn to dye.
Right. I wasn't interested in spinning until I started watching you.
Oh no.
And I was like, man, that stuff, it comes out really cool looking,
Mhm.
And I was like, that looks, pretty neat how she does that. And but I wouldn't know how to even really get started with it. I know that you can buy that roving stuff at like Hobby Lobby and stuff.
The showstopper. I use a lot of it.
My husband, he's been yarn shopping with me before, and he's like, won't you ever get any of this big yarn right here? And I'm like, because you don't crochet with that yarn.
No.
I'm like, that's not yarn that you crochet with.
No.
And he's like, well, what do you do with it? And I was like, you ain't gonna understand.
Yeah, it's definitely not for that. No.
I mean, I've watched you do it so much, and I still don't really understand it. Like how it goes from being,
Fiber into yarn.
right, yeah. Because I mean, you make it look so easy, like because you're just sitting there holding it, chit chatting, and and it's spinning all around over there, and I'm all up in the camera like this trying to look and, and I'm like, so is she doing something with her fingers, or is she twisting it, or trying to figure out what you're doing over there, and, so I'm like, I don't know if I could do that or not.
I'm feeding the machine. That's all I'm doing. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I had a really hard time when I first started because when I first started YouTube, because I'm a as a matter of fact type person, and I'm really like, you said that and people are going to take it as being rude, and it's not being rude, it's just as a matter of fact. And they're like, well, what made you want to spin? And it was like, I crochet, I knit, why not?
Right.
And I didn't mean it mean,
Right.
sarcastic. It was just like, why not? It's so
Yeah.
fun.
Even some of my videos, I've said stuff, and I'm like, you know, I'll get to thinking about it, and I'm like, man, I hope nobody thought anything bad about that. You know, like when I was doing my giveaway, you know, I couldn't afford shipping for, you know, outside of the U.S.
Right.
And I don't think I worded it right or something, because, you know, some took it like the wrong way. Like I didn't want, you know, other people outside of the U.S. watching my channel. And I was like, no, that's not what I meant at all, you know?
Yeah.
And, so I was like, no, it was just shipping costs. I can't afford the shipping costs. That's it.
Well, you know, us Southerners have a different way of speaking.
Right. You know, so I'm like, you know, and then I'll get to babbling, you know, and I'll like start using words that, and, you know, and stuff that we use down here in the South and stuff. And sometimes I get real country with it. Like country is my mama's country, and I am. And I'm like, golly, these folks ain't gonna know what I'm talking about.
I know. If I go over to Tennessee with my family and I get around them for 5 minutes, I have a very chameleon dialect. I pick up that quick.
Right.
And if I get around my family, I'm serious. You wonder what stone I crawled out from under, because it is so strong.
Oh yeah.
And people are like, "What'd you say?"
I know. What? My boss man, this job that I have, he is from up north, like New York or somewhere, right? And he moved his family and everything down here to this job. And so half of the stuff that I say, he like, I'll be like joking or something, and he has no clue what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like,
right.
And I'll start laughing, and he doesn't, and I'm like, it was supposed to be funny, you know.
Right. Crystal, Divergent Crafter, she's, you know, over in Tennessee as well. So every once in a while I'll say something and I'll go, "Did you catch that? It was Tennessee." And she's like, "I heard that." Like, whoops.
But you know, even the different Southerners or whatever has different Southern accents. Because even now I want to run to Walmart and try my hand at 9.
Welcome to our world, right?
Yeah. But like even folks over in Georgia, they talk different than Alabama folks do.
Yep.
So I mean, and then Floridians, they talk different too. Because like just with my husband, okay, he is really like Southern sometimes, and then there's some stuff that he says that's like really proper. And like the other day he said something I was aggravating. He was like, "You always got to mess with someone." And I was like, "Someone?" I was like, "Somebody, it's somebody." You gotta mess with somebody. And he was like, "Well, all right, somebody then."
Mary Lou, you know, everybody here is like, they ask me, they're like, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, "I'm from the South." And they're like, "We in West Virginia, we are the South." And I'm like, "No." No.
Yeah.
You don't have a Southern draw. And it's like, yeah, I try not to.
I try not to too sometimes, but sometimes it just creeps out and I can't help it. Like when I first started my channel, even though I named it Heather's Country Crochet, you know, I was trying to still, you know, be professional on here or whatever. And then after a few videos, it just slipped on out there, and I was just like, well, whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So.
My friends around here in West Virginia, they're just like, you don't sound Southern. And I'm like, I'm from Central Florida when it was country and all cow country, you know?
Yeah.
That's pretty far south.
Yeah. Yeah.
Funny.
You know, how long has it been since you've lived in Central Florida?
In 2000, I moved from Pasco to Suwannee County to North Central.
Mm-hmm.
And then 8 years ago, actually just a little over 8 years ago, we moved up here to West Virginia. Moved the whole entire farm up here between Christmas and New Year's.
Oh my God.
18 inches of snow that year.
Oof.
Yep. 18 inches of snow that year. Our Florida horses were like, what in the world?
I imagine they was.
My draft horse is from Canada originally. So he's like, yes. The rest of the horses were like, what in the world is
They
wrong
were probably
with
like,
you?
we dying. We're going to freeze to death.
We very well might be, Mary Lou. I'm almost in Virginia. I'm shopping Bluefield.
I know me and Kay, we live like an hour apart.
Really?
From Kay's Crochet Haven.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, I love her to death.
She is. She's a sweetheart.
Which I love all my YouTube friends to death. So
yeah. Well, it's nice to have something in common to chit chat about, you know?
Yes. Okay. Like my son, he hates everything related to crochet, yarn, everything. Mm-hmm. When I started diamond painting though, he's recently got into the what's that? The anime.
Mm-hmm.
And so he wanted me to do him some anime diamond paintings because he was talking about how, like, you know, they hang the anime posters in their room and stuff. And I was like, well, I don't know about posters. I said, but they have diamond paintings in that. And he was like, well, get me some and do me some. So, but he hates my yarn and he hates my crochet. And then he picked up my knitting needles earlier today and he was like, how you knit? And I was like, it's hard. And he was like, there ain't even no hook on it.
It's craftery. We go like this and then go, poof, I got a hat.
I wish. I really do wish. Hey, but they really do be doing that on Instagram. Not yeah, on Instagram.
Yeah.
And TikTok.
Yeah. I don't do TikTok, but of course, you know, everywhere else you see the TikTok clip, the reel.
Right. Yeah. Especially on Facebook.
Yeah. Mary Lou, my husband actually has to go up to Morgantown every so often to do something with the Army once in a while. Every so often. I know where Morgantown is. There's
go ahead.
There's do you go to the Fiber Fest and stuff up that way? Because there is a big Fiber Fest up that way that I'm like envious of.
I've never been to any of that kind of stuff, but last week on my live, I had Christina with Me So Crazy, or that's the name of I had her on here, and she was telling me about my book's not in here that I wrote it down in, but it's like a craft fair type thing that they're doing down in Orlando. I believe she said in September, or maybe it was November. I can't remember. I wrote it all down because I knew if I didn't write it down, I would forget about it.
see if I can pull it up real quick. Maybe it's in my Facebook page. Oh, every so often they post something, and they've just started posting a little bit more for like a fall fiber fest or something. There's several of them, but the main one that I'm talking about for us is in Shenandoah Valley, I think is the name of it. So it's up in the Shenandoah area.
I've never been up that way.
Oh, yeah.
The furthest I've been up, I think, was Tennessee or South Carolina, whichever one of them is furthest.
Tennessee. Okay. Yeah, I think it's the Shenandoah. Yeah, Shenandoah. Let's see. Copy that. And they're doing a Valley Fiber Fest.
Welcome in, Deanna.
Hi, Deanna. There's the Facebook name, Mary Lou.
How you doing tonight?
Niecy's just laughing at us being silly.
That's pronounced Shenandoah. You know what I thought that was? Shenado. You know, like Sinead O'Connor?
Yeah.
I did.
Wow, it's been a while since Sinead O'Connor.
Okay, but that's what I thought that every time I've ever seen that, that's what I thought that was.
Oh my goodness. Shenandoah. Well, they have some names around here. There's one that's called Lackey. No, it's not called Lackey. It's anyway, that's what it looks like, I think.
Right.
And I'm like, why do you call it that? It doesn't even resemble what it's spelled. There, you know, like in Live Oak, there was a road called, according to the Live Oak people, it was Houston. It was Houston. And I'm in Missouri, and I'm in blacksmithing school, farrier work. I'm out there in Missouri, and they're like, we're going to go up Miami. To where?
Oh, my goodness.
Miami? What in the world? No, it's Miami, and that's south. We going to Miami.
Oh, my goodness.
I said, how's that spelled? They spelled it Miami.
Right.
Miami.
Oh,
Yes, Sinead O'Connor, Black Past. Amen, sister.
yeah. I think I just showed my age.
80 music.
Yeah.
I love Sinead O'Connor, though. She has an awesome story. I'm all into stories. I'm all into people's stories, you know, their background and their history. And then people ask me mine, and I'm like, well, you know, why not?
Yeah.
Because.
Right.
And I get my dad's voice in my head when I say because. That's not an answer. That's an excuse. What?
I know my son, he hates when I say because I said so.
Right. What's for dinner? Food. What kind of food? The kind you eat?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Really, Mom?
Wow, that's hot. Well, you can't keep it cold now, can you?
Oh, yeah. I didn't have to cook tonight.
Oh,
my husband cooked tonight.
Oh, yeah. Well, that don't happen here, but yeah, thanks. It's me or I don't eat.
Mine don't cook that often, but when something has to be fried, most of the time he does it because I don't like grease.
Yeah.
I don't do the grease.
I air fry now.
We have them. I just don't like everything in it.
Yeah.
We have two different ones, and one of them, every time you put something in it, it smokes the house up. I don't know if we doing it wrong or what.
Are you putting any kind of oil on whatever you're putting in there?
My son does all his seasonings. My son thinks he's a chef. So,
some oils have a low smoke point and some have a high smoke point.
right.
And he's using something with a low smoke point, it will smoke.
Well, this smokes up the entire house. I mean, you'd be thinking that it's on fire.
Yeah.
So I'm like, just don't even use that one. And the other one, the only thing that I really like in it is like chicken wings or jalapeno poppers.
Yum.
Yeah. So
Yum.
I love both of them.
I like to use Carolina Reapers instead of jalapenos. Poppers.
My aunt, she's been my uncle got on this kick where he planted a bunch of stuff in like gardens or whatever. He's got like 4 different gardens in his yard. And she keeps calling me, talking about come get some of these jalapenos, come get some jalapenos, because they're like growing out of her ears. Yeah. And she had pickled some of them.
Yum.
They're so good.
Cowboy candy. Mary Lou.
We just got them yesterday, and me and my son have already eaten the entire jar.
Lulu's treasure trove.
Hey, Lulu. Thanks for dropping in.
I bought some a long time ago. Yeah, I like cowboy candy. She Deanna says that she says Wyoming instead of Wyoming. I know.
Yeah.
I know people that say stuff say it like that too.
There was something in Florida that I couldn't pronounce right.
Kissimmee. I
used to say Kissimmee, and Cody was like Heather.
Yeah.
It's Kissimmee.
Like, really?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Funny.
It's bad when people are like, oh, I'm over in Kissimmee. It's like, no, you're not. I don't know where you are, but you're not in Kissimmee.
Yeah.
Or the Chattahoochee, or all of the different Okeechobee. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think of some of the
Micanopy.
Huh? Micanopy, yep. And all of those people are like, yeah, we were at such and such place.
Yeah. And we also have Choctawhatchee.
Yes. Yep.
Because I used to think that was Choctawhatchee or something like that when I was younger. And yeah. I was like, what is Choctawhatchee?
Some of the people that aren't from Missouri, and some from Missouri do it too, but they say Missouri. And some of the people, because I know people that live, there and were raised there, and they're like, it's Missouri. And I'm like, okay, so you can argue it's Missouri, but you say Miami. Really? How does that even work?
Right.
You're messing up a good name.
Lord.
Gosh.
And my husband, he's just kind of mixed up because he has half of his family are in Michigan and live. Some of them live on a reservation up there because he's part Indian.
Uh-huh.
And then
What
the
tribe?
other half live way down there in Florida, you know. So he's a world apart, you know.
What tribe?
And what tribe? The Sault Ste. Marie, I think. Sault Ste. Marie, Chippewa.
Chippewa. Okay, that's what I was looking for.
Okay.
Chippewa. I'm Black Cherokee, heavy Blackfoot Cherokee.
You are?
Mm-hmm. Blackfoot
Cool.
Cherokee, Irish, and German.
Oh, that's cool. I know that I have Irish in me, and I have Cherokee and Creek. Because I have Cherokee from remember.
Virus.
One's from my mama's side and one is from my dad's side.
Lulu, it's my pattern. It's not the post virus, but thank you. No, that's my pattern.
It's the one she's doing the crochet along on, Lulu.
Yeah, it's the turbulent skies.
Yeah. It's so fun. I've been doing it.
Have you? Did you get
Yeah.
at least?
I'm Heather Latour on
that's
Facebook.
right. You are the tight crocheter.
Yeah.
I see the picture and I was like, wow, that's tight. Thank you, Lulu. I know it's Cindy with an S, but I just love calling you Lulu, and I'm sorry. I hope that's okay.
Yeah. See, mine is not as big as y'all's at all. Mine's like teeny tiny compared to y'all's.
That one on the back is a 4-weight that I had to adjust and do all kinds of stuff with.
I think I should have used a 4-weight.
No, it would have been way worse because it would have been all buckled up. Trust me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had to change that. That's like a whole nother different tutorial.
Well, this is a 3-weight, but
that's what this is, I believe, is a 3-weight. This was a 3. Yeah, it's a DK. This is a 3.
What did I just press? Yeah, but yours is bigger than mine.
I'm a loose crocheter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is completed, so
okay.
Yeah, and mind that too. There's all of the pineapple right here.
Okay.
Which is tomorrow.
Right. Yeah, I'll be working on that tomorrow at work.
Okay, good. You know, my mom, Lulu, my mom's Laura, and she comes into my chat every now and again. My mom's Laura, and her nickname is Leadfoot Lou. For obvious reasons. At one point in time, she was driving so fast through the woods, she hit a small tree. You know, just one of them that flip over, you know, when you hit them. There's a little tiny thing, but the leaf on it left an indentation on the hood of the vehicle.
Yeah.
So she was Leadfoot Lou.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep, that's Mom, Leadfoot Lou.
That is crazy.
It's hilarious.
Oh my goodness. My mama's nickname is Loretta.
Oh, nice.
After Loretta Lynn.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I figured that's I like Loretta Lynn.
My aunt is actually started calling her that, and she started calling her Conway. And so
my big is June and Johnny Cash.
Right. I love me some country music now.
Uh-huh. I'm all genres except for opera.
You know, I have really gotten into like the musical type stuff. like the Celtic, like little and you see the videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't really know what it is, like as far as like I don't even know if it has a genre or anything.
It does.
But like you see like the videos and stuff on YouTube all the time. It's so relaxing though. To like, I love to sit and crochet to it and just let it play, or even, you know, like let it play when I'm trying to go to sleep at night, because I have a hard time going to sleep. And that, or like the rain videos that you can watch on YouTube, you know, or whatever. I love those. And my husband and my son, they hate them. They hate when I put them on. I love Conway too. I love his music.
I would literally be laying there, and I already have an issue with needing to get up 400 million times. I'd be like, I gotta go pee. Shut the rain off. Shut the waterfall off.
Well, ever since I started these new medicines, I have to drink more water because I've had to actually substitute my beer for my water.
Uh-oh. That's a good thing.
Well, they put me on a blood pressure medicine, but it's like a water pill.
Yep.
And so I figured out real quick like that while I'm taking it, I can't drink my beer because it dehydrates me so bad that I mean I would cramp for like 2 or 3 days afterwards. And so, and I'd be like chugging water for 2 or 3 days afterwards, trying to, you know, not cramp anymore, get back rehydrated.
Right.
So I haven't been drinking no beer, and that's the only kind of alcohol I like to drink.
Yeah.
But, so I haven't been drinking no beer. I've been drinking just water and my Diet Dr. Pepper. I love my Diet Dr. Pepper too.
Coffee. And
I love coffee too.
And coffee.
But I used to drink a lot of coffee, and I cut myself back to 1 cup a day on my coffee. Yeah, I used to drink like 3 or 4 cups a day, and I cut myself back to 1 cup a day, and I have 1 Diet Dr. Pepper a day, and then the rest of the time I drink water. So I get up in the middle of the night and have to pee a lot. Like I'll pee before I lay down, and then before I can fall asleep, I'll have to get up and go. And then sometime between the time that I do fall asleep and the time that it's time for me to get up, I'll have to get up and go. And then I'll have to go again in the morning when I wake up.
Thank you, Vicki. Yeah, there's never an empty coffee pot. It is always hot.
Now,
so.
When I used to have a coffee pot, I have a Keurig now. But when I used to have a coffee pot, I would do that. I would, and I'm the only one here in my house that drinks coffee.
Oh.
But I would do that. I would make a full pot of coffee and I would drink it all day long until it was gone. And but I stopped and I got my Keurig, and now with it, I like I said, it's helped me cut myself back to the 1 cup a day because I had to cut back on my caffeine some.
Right.
Mary Lou, I am working on a temperature blanket for the year that I was born in Tunisian crochet. And I have officially finished February. Yay!
Good thing it was a short month. Listen to it being real. Spring. She was so happy until you said that. I'm a February baby, so hey, I know it's a short month.
Well, I'm an August baby, so
August. Well, Well, happy birthday this month.
Thanks. It was already passed, but it was on the 19th.
Okay.
I had the birthday giveaway on my channel for it.
Okay.
Yep.
I go through and I'm like, most of us, I'll put something on and I'll just sit there and zone out and start working on something. It's like, oh yeah, I listened to that somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Which channel was that I was listening to?
Mm-hmm. That's how I found a lot of people's channels, is just by letting it play.
Right. Yeah, just let
I would turn on one video and then instead of, going and changing it to something else, just let it keep playing and playing, and it would just bring up people's videos.
Yeah. Yep. I'm like, I literally have gone into mine. I'm a Groundhog's baby. Oh, you're right next to me. Sweet. I'm a Groundhog's Day baby.
Oh.
My birthday wish every year is for 6 more weeks of winter. Every year.
I like the cold.
I do
I'm so hot natured, and with the high blood pressure stuff, it makes it worse. And yep. I mean, my husband and my son, and I'll be like, it's hot, and they're like, it's cold. And I'm like, no, I'm sweating.
Yeah, that's why we moved north. That's why we moved up here, to get away from the heat. I have no hormones, none.
Mine are gone.
And I mean, I can't handle it got hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter down there, and I'm just like, I can't even go outside and enjoy life.
Right, man. When we go to Florida, I feel like I'm suffocating.
Oh yeah, it's
like I mean, the humidity is so much different, even from right here, and I just I'm blurry. I don't know. My camera quality is not great on my laptop.
Yeah, it's cutting in and out here and there.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It has been since before I came up. It has been.
I didn't know that.
I do the same. Mine does the same thing too. So I just kind of.
I can't help it.
I mean, I get nasty comments, and you find that remove button real quick.
Yeah. My last live, I had a troll come in. That was the first time it's ever happened, and I was like, I hit like block or whatever real quick on it, and somebody was like, you don't have any mods, and I was like, I don't know how to set them from StreamYard. Okay, so like from regular YouTube, I didn't know how to there, but then Kay told me. And so, but on here, it doesn't let me do it. Right. So I'm like, oh, well.
Usually, I'll tell you a little spring tip. When I'm in other people's lives and they get a troll, I go to that person's channel and I block them from mine.
Really?
Yep. Every time I'm in a live and a troll comes in, I go to that troll's channel, and block them.
Yeah. I mean, that way they can't come into yours, I mean, they've been like really bad here lately. Like everybody's live that I've been in, like, there's been some.
Horrid.
Yeah. I mean, and they say such nasty stuff. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
It's rude. Like poor Granny D yesterday. I felt so bad for her.
I missed hers yesterday.
She had a horrible troll in there, and I just felt so bad. It upsets you,
Yeah.
It's very upsetting when you're trying to keep your channel somewhat decent, have fun, but not have all that nastiness.
Right.
And they start doing that, and it's like, no, it makes you so upset.
I mean,
good to know, Cindy.
It's just it's sad that folks ain't got nothing better to do than to do dumb stuff like that, you know?
My thought process is always, obviously they need a job
Yeah, seriously.
because they have no life.
Somebody had said one of them was like a little kid, like an 11-year-old kid or something.
Yeah. That's just insane. It's ridiculous. If you see a troll, I block and report. Yeah, but I go and block them from my own channel.
Mm-hmm.
So that way they can't come to my channel without setting up a different account, which they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I block them and report them, and I block them from me.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that, which I haven't seen that many until just here recently, like I said.
They've been horrid.
But now I took a break from YouTube for a while because I was having health issues, and it took me a little while to get it to where I was actually up to being back on YouTube.
Right.
So, because I found out that I had Hashimoto's thyroiditis, and it's still not regulated. And now, I have the high blood pressure, and also now they are saying I'm pre-diabetic, I guess, whatever. Because they want me to start that metformin for my insulin, and I don't know if I want to take that or not, because I was reading, or actually I watched a YouTube video about some of the side effects, and some of the stuff that it was saying was the side effects I already have issues with.
Right.
So I don't want to take that and then make my issues worse.
Right.
Hey, Jen.
Hi, Jen. I hope you get some rest.
Sorry, doing that too. All three that you mentioned, spring.
It's good to most definitely good to block and keep everybody at bay. I mean, they're still going to come. You're still going to get them because they're all the time making up new, going from new IPs, making up. The one that Nisi had, I don't know if she's still here. I was there and up on her panel with her one day. And she literally, it was like she gained 30 subscribers like that.
Oh my gosh.
That's how many channels the person had and was attacking her.
Goodness.
Oh, it was insane. It was all she could do to get them, to go away. It was, and in fact, she ended up having a heck of a time getting control of her channel again after that. It was bad. It was really
bad. Man.
Yeah, she's still here.
Bye, Nisi. Thanks for coming.
Bye, Nisi.
Sweet dreams.
She's awesome. I like her.
Yeah. She comes to she's been to a few of my lives, which I haven't had that many, but I'm trying to get it to where that I'm having one every week consistently since I'm back on YouTube now. I actually just started getting back on here about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, I don't know if you remember or not, but I was in a live with you and Rose and Fiber Spider, what's his name? Craig. And I think it was Doris that was with us too. And I didn't say much.
Was Billy
because
up
I
there?
was who?
Billy, the crafty Floridian.
I think so, for a few minutes or something, but wasn't her her thing acting up or something. I don't remember. But yeah, we had that was not long after I started my YouTube channel.
Okay.
When I done that live with y'all. And so I didn't say much, I was still new and everything. And I just kind of listened to everybody.
Oh man.
And so now I've gotten to where I talk a little more, and I've watched lives and stuff for ever since I've started YouTube and stuff, but No, you're fine, Vicky. Like I said, I know that I have issues with my camera on my laptop. I say it all the time in my videos when I'm showing my yarn and stuff, because I can tell that even, with my yarn, that it doesn't do the quality that it should.
No, we're talking about people that come to only comment something negative like that, about your,
or something really nasty, like,
that's what we're
dirty
talking
nasty,
No, not you. You're
like
fine.
X-rated nasty.
Yeah.
Niecy is so sweet. She hunted me down one night so that I didn't lose out on winning a gift. That was so sweet. Aww.
She is. She's a doll. Yeah, she had myself and my draft horse pick out yarn for her to use for the crochet along. He was standing over me watching. It was funny.
Oh, well, we've really got to start wrapping this up because I got to be up at 5:30 in the morning. I'm sure you probably got to be up early too since you farm. So one question though, what all do y'all farm? Do y'all just have animals, or do y'all have like
animals? We used to do hay.
Okay.
When we moved here, this has sat vacant for forever and ever and ever. So it's taking a long time to get the land ready. It's 90 acres. So there's a lot that has to be done.
Oh, yeah.
There's fencing that needs to be prepped to be able to put cows on it. There's a lot that needs to be done, and you can only do small amounts at a time. Mm-hmm. And I run solo 99.9% of the time. So,
wow.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately,
time to do the stuff you do. Golly, man, you're like a robot. No wonder you drink so much coffee.
Well, actually, right now, it's not just my farm. It's my farm and a friend's farm.
Oh, okay.
They have a big cattle farm, and I go to their farm and help them because they're down a total of 4 people. So it's one person and their friends. And anytime I've needed help, they'll come help me. Like when somebody plowed through my front gate, they're the ones that came and helped me get. I had just had knee surgery. I'm on a crutch with a brace on my knee, and they came and helped me, put up a different gate. But we help each other out. So when they need help and have, health issues or whatever, I go help them. Well, I've been helping them here lately. So I've got that plus my farm and my YouTube channel, and
not counting all of your crafts.
Yeah, so when I see nasty, rude comments, it's like, I ain't got time for that.
Yeah. Luckily, I haven't had like any kind of like comments on any of my videos yet that have been like that. At least none that I've seen.
Right.
There may have been some that YouTube took off before I seen it or whatever. I don't know, probably.
Help for you.
Right. But I mean, I'm still so small of a channel that, I'm not big enough for them to mess with yet.
Yeah. I told a friend of mine, I said, the more you grow, the thicker your skin has to be.
Right.
I mean, seriously, it's like, really?
Yeah.
Don't you have anything better to do?
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's sad that they don't have nothing better to do than to mess like that.
It is.
I mean, what are they accomplishing? What are they gaining from that? I mean, really?
Irritating somebody else. That's it. They're getting somebody's feathers ruffled, and that's all that matters to them. And it's like, bugger off.
Thanks, Lulu.
Thank you, Lulu. That's sweet.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm getting really close to 500.
That's awesome.
I think I'm like at 478 or something.
That's awesome. You're getting close to a community tab.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to get to, just so that like when I disappeared from YouTube, I didn't have any way of really letting anybody know. Oh, I'm at 481 now.
Very good.
But when I didn't really have any way of letting anybody know what was going on. So, Kay, she had messaged me on Facebook and she was like, "Hey girl, is everything okay?" And I told her, and she had a community tab, and I think that she like tried to,
right
on her community tab, but everybody that, is subscribed to her is not subscribed to me, or some people that subscribe to me may not be subscribed to her. You know how that goes. So, there were still people who were like, "What's going on? Where's she at?" And, which made me feel good. I mean, they were worried about me, but I mean, I just didn't have any way of, and I mean, I didn't have, there was a while there where I could barely get out of bed. So, I mean, I've learned to deal with it better now, but, so it was something that I had to get used to, though. Definitely. And so,
yeah, it's all a new thing to you with the new diagnosis.
Yeah.
So you gotta learn to work with it.
Well, I've had neck problems and back problems for years. Well, more neck problems than back problems. Well, the back problems didn't actually start until about a little over a year ago. The lower back problems. And I've had it for my neck problems for so long that I just learned to deal with the pain of it, because I wouldn't go to the doctor for it, because I knew they would say, "You need surgery," and I don't want no surgery, of course, but and that is all that can be done to fix it is surgery, to fix it,
right.
Because I don't care if you have surgery, you still hurt afterwards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm already hurting.
Yeah.
Why go let somebody cut on me and then hurt some more? I mean,
I mean, every time I get up out of a chair, it's like I'm making a mental note. And sometimes I have to say it out loud. You're part of me. You have to function now.
Yeah.
To my knee, because it's like,
right. I'm like that, and I hadn't had no surgeries on my knees.
You may not be mine, but you're mine now, so you gotta get used to it. We jump and run.
Right. So I've had to, to be able to lessen the pain that I have to deal with, I've had to lessen the things that I do. I can't do things that I used to could. And that's not just with some of the stuff that's wrong with me. That's getting older. I mean,
exactly.
Fact of life that I just have to face, I guess.
Sounds of things. You're a few years younger than I am.
I don't know.
I have a 2-year-old granddaughter.
Well, you may be a teeny tiny bit older than me. Not that much, I doubt it. You don't look like it anyway.
And a 27-year-old son.
Well, mine's 15. And already talking about having babies. I'm like, no. No.
No. We don't do that.
Bye, Deanna. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye, everyone that's going.
Yeah. Folks is ready to go to bed. They said, "Stop talking and go to bed."
Okay, now you seriously, y'all are gonna get a Southern goodbye. We are both Southern. his arm out the window. Hey,
Yeah.
we'll say bye in 6 hours. Yeah. Southern goodbyes is horrid sometimes.
Yep.
Especially with my husband. He's like, can we leave now? You're gonna keep talking whether or not I leave or not. So I'm just gonna start driving.
Yeah, that's what my husband does. He says, I'm fixing to leave you. Yeah, I'll just come back and get you.
He said that to me at church. Well, I'm gonna go get lunch and I'll be back.
That's what my son says. He's like, Mama, I'm hungry. You don't have to talk to everybody.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. It's been a whole week since we seen them.
How's your mom and them?
Yep. How's your mom and Paul? That's what my husband says. How's your mom and Paul?
That's that. People say, why do you wave to everybody on the road? Well, there's a different kind of wave. There's a, hey y'all. How's your mom and them?
There's another one too, but we won't get into that one.
No. No. Yeah, it's funny. I wave to everybody, whether they know me or not. And then
Right.
the people in the vehicle, they're like, you know that person?
Uh-huh. Who's that? I don't know.
I don't know. I just waving.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Ooh. Your middle son is the one who had neck surgery.
My dad's had neck surgery and back surgery. My aunt's had neck surgery. My cousin that's like an aunt has had neck surgery. I don't want it.
I was told eventually I'll have to have back surgery because I have scoliosis. And they said eventually the curve in the spine is going to go beyond 60 degrees and then it'll collapse.
Oof.
So I've got to, he told my chiropractor years ago, I think I was like 16. He said, if your work ever tells you to wear a back brace and you have to, make it loose. Because if you don't keep your back strong, you're going to be in a wheelchair by the time you're 30. Well, I'm long past that and I'm not in a wheelchair. So
Well, I'm not in one yet either. I don't know how some days, but I'm not. But I have spinal dysplasia. I have tons of arthritis. I have 6 bulging discs in my back, 3 in my neck.
Yeah, right up here. Oh,
yeah. So, yeah, that's thanks to loads of construction work.
Oh, yeah. Yep. My daddy was an independent carpenter and he would subcontract for others. He built homes down in Indian Rocks Beach for years.
I love doing it though. I mean, I enjoy it. I mean, I may not right at the moment or something that I'm doing it, when I get aggravated with something, but I really do. Me and my sister, we did a lot of like the floor work, like putting down like the laminate floors and stuff.
Right.
We hung the sheetrock and finished the sheetrock. We did all the painting. Right. Now there were times where we would even do the roofing.
Oh yeah, that's where
it just depended. Sometimes we had to.
Yeah.
But I mean, and I haven't been able to do it in, let's see, I finally quit. I was out at Georgia Pacific, the paper mill. And when I couldn't finish a shift because I was in tears, I was hurting so bad, I knew that it was time. Because it takes a lot for me to cry. A lot.
Yeah.
So I knew that it was time. So, and that was in April. And so, I haven't done much of any kind of construction. I've done some painting. But painting's not as bad on me as, you know,
No.
all that other stuff.
You can use extension rollers and everything else. So
Right. But I haven't done much of any kind of other type, like bad on me construction type work since
right.
and it's helped tremendously. But I've noticed that like more if I stand for like really long period of time or something, that's when I hurt the most.
Yeah.
Or, you know.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So
the compression of your body.
right.
Yep. I have an inversion table I've been dying to use again, but because of the knee surgery, I can't.
Right. I mean, well, that's like just going to Michael's, you know, used to. I'd go in there and I'd stay an hour. Now I have to do, you know, about 20 minutes or so and get on out of there because I start hurting if I don't.
Right.
That's another reason why I've started ordering my yarn too.
I thought I was going to die by the time I got Bailey out of Hobby Lobby on video chat. Just video chat. 3.5 hours of wandering around Hobby Lobby.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, I'm like, I go, oh, and we got this. And she's like, oh, stop taking me down these aisles. And she wanted to see everything, you know. She's like, oh my gosh, look at all that stuff.
Lord. Well, bye, Lulu. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, Vicki, I agree with you. I don't understand why people got to be so darn rude and hateful.
Oh my goodness. 17 grandbabies and 10 greats.
Yeah. Oh,
that's a lot of babies. That is a lot of babies. I only have one.
Her cup runneth over.
Yeah. All I ever wanted was one, and that's all I ever had.
Oh, yeah.
You know. I was an only child until I was 15. Mm-hmm. And then my mom had my sister.
My sister and I are 8 years apart.
And so, I don't know. I've never been a real big, like, kid person.
Either.
You know, so I just only ever wanted one kid, and that was all I ever had. And now he's 15, so I ain't starting over now. I am not following in my mama's footsteps there.
No. I didn't have any, and I was like, yes. Well, yeah, I had two.
Well, I mean, I did get pregnant again, but I had a miscarriage. So I was like, well, it just wasn't meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
My youngest passed away in 1997 at 2.5 months old. So shortly after, 2.5 months after I had him, he passed away. But
that's harder. That is a lot harder. You know, because if I'd have actually, had it and everything, it would have been a lot harder on me.
Yeah, it is. That
happened.
I did have somebody come up to me. It wasn't long after my son passed away. I was stopping at a gas station on my way home from work or whatever, and the gas station attendant and I knew each other pretty well because he's seen me all the time, and he knew I had a child, and he said, I haven't seen you with a baby, and I told him, I said, well, he passed away. And the woman behind me, she says, oh, honey, and put her hand, a Southerner, she put her hand on my shoulder. She said, oh, honey, I know exactly what you mean. I had a miscarriage. And I was like,
no, it's not the same.
I was a lot younger.
Yeah.
And this.
Yeah, I understand. But it's not the same. It's not the same at all. Not at all.
Yeah, it wasn't a good scene for a moment.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I used to be a lot more outspoken. I have grown a lot over the years. In my younger years, my family would call me diarrhea of the mouth.
Constipation of the brain.
Yeah. my cousin that wasn't very much older than me, she was like, boy, with Heather, what comes up comes out. You know, and it did. I didn't care. I had no filter. None.
I didn't either as a kid.
But as I got older, with, working and certain jobs that I had and wanting to, like move up the ladder and stuff, I realized that I had to tone myself down,
You realize not everybody likes a sarcastic mouth.
Oh, well, they knew I wasn't sarcastic, too. I was for real.
Yep. I know that feeling. I've had to, over the years, of course, I had to tone down, too. But
yeah.
Yeah.
But there's certain things, though, that even now still sometimes I can't let go,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Something that comes about my youngin', for one.
Right.
My husband's always said he loves chickens. Mm-hmm. And you know how a mama hen is like real protective of her babies when she has them?
Yes.
That's what he always called me, Mama Hen.
Yep.
He said, look at she's flaring up them feathers, Mama Hen going after it,
Don't you come between me and my baby. I may get mad and I may tell him like it is, but don't you do it.
That's right. I'm Mama. There's a difference. Yep.
It's my job to correct my youngin'.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Bye, Vicki. You have a good night.
Bye,
Thanks for coming in.
Glad you enjoyed.
Yeah.
I did too. I'm glad that I got a chance to come up for a little bit.
I'm glad too. I've been wanting to spend some time with you so bad.
Well, I'm just like I am here, everywhere else.
I watch your lives and I just laugh. Especially when you and Bailey were on together. Lord.
Yeah.
Y'all are funny.
Every now and again, I get people to actually come up and spin yarn with me, because that's why I created the whole spinning chat originally.
Right.
Was for me and a guest spinner, because of things like last Thursday with Angela and how she's spinning art yarn and I'm spinning regular, type yarn.
Yeah.
And the differences in spinning wheels and techniques and all of that. And I wanted to share that with people, but it seemed like everybody's like,
well, I tried to chat some, but her type of spinning, it's not something that I would use,
right.
But it did look really cool the way she was doing it and everything.
Exactly.
And it was neat to get to see like the difference between the way that y'all do it and the type of spinning machine thingy that y'all use. And even, y'all still kind of use some of the same stuff, but I think she used a little bit of different stuff than you do some,
Yeah.
Some of it looked a little bit of different. Yeah. But,
pieces of sheet.
It was neat, I didn't stay on the entire time.
Right.
I stayed for like the first hour and a half or so.
Yeah.
Because I know, right. I had to go to bed, but,
right.
I seen like the next day where y'all had been on there for a long time.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa. I was like, no, there ain't no way I could have stayed till the end of that one.
Yep. That's what I told my mom. I said, Mom, sometimes I only go an hour.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go 4. You just come and go whenever you want to, like everybody else. You don't have to stay the whole time. Come in, say hi, and go. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Whatever. Just say hi.
Yeah, really. I like to, come in and I'll, stay as long as I can, and then I got to go when I got to go, But I do try to at least say bye or something, when I do.
If I can, I will. Not always.
Yeah.
But if I can, I
Well,
will.
I mean, sometimes I can't either, especially if I'm watching a live like while I'm at work.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I do that a lot too. But I mean, if somebody important comes in, I have to just kind of, swipe it off real quick.
Right.
But I mean, I have my own office and everything, and not many people come back there where I'm at, but occasionally somebody will.
Right. So, like I was telling Angie during the live, it with me, I'm out on the farms.
Yeah.
And I can't be like this, keeping up with the chat all the time. The sun is glaring, and I'm walking, I'm doing something. I got to pay attention to my animals. Right. I might have a bull behind me. I can't be doing this and have a bull behind me. Right. So I'm just like, in my pocket and away I go.
Yeah.
I don't even see the chat unless somebody says something. Then it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. I mean, yeah, I understand because, a lot of times while I'm at work, because I don't have that much that I have to actually do while I'm at work. So I mostly crochet while I'm at work and watch YouTube videos and stuff. I just let YouTube videos play while I'm at work,
Right.
Like the whole shawl of yours that I'm doing, I've done it at work. Except for this week's I did yesterday because I was working on a cow that I designed to put a tutorial on for my channel. And I was trying to finish up this poncho that I've been doing for way too long. So, I mean,
I understand.
It's a cabled one too, so that takes a little bit.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, so I did it yesterday. I crocheted yesterday, and then I knitted today. So
nice, very nice. Yeah, I do what I can when I can, and when I have to bow out, I just either bow out or I say, all right, see y'all later, and I'm gone.
Right.
But it all depends on, what's going on and how much focus I need.
Yeah.
Sometimes my focus needs more focus.
Mine too. I mean, some lives, I can stay on the whole time, and then some I may not get to be on there 10 minutes, and have to go. Right. So,
yep.
It just depends. And then sometimes I'll be trying to watch a live, and then my husband or my son want to be loud and doing other stuff, watching other videos on their phones and stuff. And I'm like, I'm trying to watch a live.
Get your mind. Kind of like coming in while I'm counting. What the heck's wrong with you?
Oh my God. I hate that. Oh my God. That gets on my nerves so bad.
When my husband's in town, he would come in the door, the front door's down the hall. And he'd come in and he'd stand in the doorway. Are you live?
I don't know if you've noticed or not, but ever so often I'll turn around and look towards the door over here. Yeah. And it's because mine's come to the door to see if I'm still live or not.
Yeah. I did a sign that says recording. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, numbers everywhere.
Yeah. Now, when I'm crocheting or something, though, my husband has got to where before he'll start talking, he'll ask, "Are you counting?"
5, 6, 7.
Yeah. So if he does, if I am counting, I'll just start counting out loud. If I'm not, I'll just shake my head no.
I have the hardest time. I'll be sitting there. You know how we crochet and watch movies or whatever. And they're like, you're not even watching. Yes, I am.
Yeah. Just because my eyes aren't glued on it doesn't mean I'm not watching it. Yeah.
I know what's going on. So my cake of yarn will be sitting next to me. And my husband will reach over and grab my yarn.
My cat does that.
Ooh. Yeah. Let go of my yarn.
That's what I be telling my cat. I'm like, give me my yarn back.
You don't realize how much you altered my tension.
Yeah.
You said you didn't want to watch a scary movie? Let go of my yarn.
Oh, goodness. Yep. I understand what you mean.
Don't grab my yarn, man. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. She just like paws at it like this, and then she'll bite it, and I'll feel it pulling, and I already crochet tight, okay?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, give me my yarn.
Leave it alone.
Yeah. She is a mess. But she only mostly does it if she wants to be like I won't say in my lap, because she don't get in my lap. She
Right.
likes to lay right here.
Yeah, pillows.
Yeah. And if I'm crocheting or something and I won't let her up here, and she'll get over there on the arm of my chair and mess with my yarn. So it's like, it's to get even with me, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Oh no.
That happens to me too. That same thing happens to me too. Like, matter of fact, I was watching your hat tutorial earlier today. And I was trying to count some stitches, I think, like to separate for the decreases or something. And you had said some numbers, and I was like, pause.
Yeah, exactly. All the time. I'll be counting, and working on something. I'm not a fan of counting, period. I don't like counting rows. I don't like, I'll look down and I'll be like, yeah, that looks good. Like, yeah. So when I'm actually counting something, I'm really focusing on it. And if the person on the computer or whatever is still counting and I'm not finished counting, it's like, shut up. Shut up, be quiet.
Yep. I know, with the hat that I was making today, from your tutorial with that loops and thread yarn that was so slippery, I didn't even get to the part yet where you were like measuring, and you had said that you had tried it on and everything. And, I had looked at it and I was like, I think that's big enough. And I just stuck it on my head, right? Yep. And I filled up there for the hole, and I was like, yeah, it's time to start the decrease.
Yep, exactly.
And then right after that, I had pressed play, and you were like, okay, so I've already tried this on, but let's measure it and see.
I do. I am like the world's worst. I felt so bad when everybody was saying, can you do a tutorial or write a pattern for this shawl? I'm like, no. So I had to redo it so I could remind myself what I did way over a year ago. And then every time I was doing it, I was getting different counts. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is insane. This is why I didn't want to do this.
Well, that's like this cow that I done. It like took me, I think, 3 or 4 tries to get the chain count right for this to work out. And I mean, I tried it like 2 or 3 different ways, and I'm like,
yeah.
But, it finally worked out. So, okay.
That matters. That's all that matters.
And you know how like most stitch counts or stitch multiples or whatever for patterns are like 5 plus 4 or whatever.
Yeah, the plus.
Yeah, mine is different. Mine is 10 minus 2. And I don't know why I didn't just say 10 plus 8 for it to be right, but it's 10 minus 2.
Well, that's different.
And the crazy thing about it though is I didn't even realize this that I could have just said 10 plus 8 and it been the same thing.
Right.
Until today. I put that tutorial up Thursday. And I was like, really, Heather?
Oh,
well, it's done now.
It is what it is.
It means the same thing.
I'm supposed to tonight be working on part 4. And that's the only reason I'm doing it, is to keep my brain fresh.
Right.
So if anybody does have a question, I'm still in the same part.
I've never done anything with the pineapple stitch.
It's not hard. It's like 11 double crochets, just for instance, 11 double crochets, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, double, and
yeah,
I mean, and then you start going chain 3 and single crochet into the chain spaces. Mm-hmm. And then the next row is one less of those chain 3 spaces. And then the next row is one less of it's not hard at all. But when people see it, they're like,
yeah,
and that's why I like doing like the complex leaf stitch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I didn't have any problem with it.
A lot of people did.
Oh, I'm sure. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, I thought that I was gonna have problems trying to do like the cable work and stuff.
When
I first learned how to do it.
No, cables are fun.
Mm-hmm.
Cables are fun.
Now, I have noticed that since I've started crocheting with the Furls crochet hook instead of like these, because with these crochet hooks, I hold my needle like this, my hook like this. But with the Furls, I have to hold it like this. So, and since I've started holding it like this, doing like the cable work, some stitches I can get into easier than I used to could like this. And then some stitches that are harder to get into than they were like this. So, but I love my Furls crochet hooks though.
Yeah, I have a couple, and this is my favorite, and it's a 4.5.
Yeah,
I use
that's the one you got in the in the gift package or whatever.
No, I purchased that one.
Oh, you bought that one?
The one that I got in from DOY Creations is actually out in the living room.
Oh.
Yeah, that one I bought. I bought 2 furls. Well, my husband bought me 2 furls.
I wanted to try them because they're so pretty to me. And I've never crocheted with pretty crochet hooks. I just used what was comfortable to me, And so I bought me 5mm, a 5.5, and a 6mm.
Nice.
That's like the 3 main ones that I use.
Right.
And then I got the email yesterday that Furls was doing buy one get one free.
So I was like,
Well, and they were doing them on the Jupiter ones, the orangey ones. They were doing the buy 2 get 1 free on it,
and I'm like,
which wasn't as good of a deal.
Right.
So, and I really, really, really wanted the Pisces one because it's like a blue, and like I said, my favorite color is blue. Plus, my son is a Pisces, so I was like, "That's perfect." And I wanted it in an 8mm. So I went ahead and I got me one of them. I got one of the Jupiters, and then I got 2 of the Polarises since they were buy one get one. So I got me a deal, ordered them, and so now I'll have pretty much. I think I got the 4.5, a 6.5, 7, and an 8. So I'll have pretty much set because I don't really go any lower than a 4.5, and I most of the time don't go above an 8. So
I want to get the Solar Flare, the Ebony, and the Pride Glitter one. Those are the 3 that I want. Those are really awesome.
I really wanted one of the cream swirls and the cookies one.
Yeah, the cookies and cream. I have the latte one in a whip bag somewhere.
Yeah, the coffee looking one.
Yes, I have that one.
No, that's my other one. My bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say nope, that's too much color.
Yeah, that's the one of the galaxy ones. Where's my other one?
Nice. I like Jupiter too.
Oh, hey, Marquita. I got my Jupiter yesterday and loved it. Yeah, I got me one coming. I love it in here.
I do. I love furl hooks.
I do too. I really, really do. I really didn't. When I ordered them, I didn't know if I was going to be able to use them because I didn't know if I was going to be able to transfer my hand to crochet like that.
I have literally tried, I don't know how many times to, and it's so awkward. I'm just like, no, just give me my flute.
Right. Well, see, like when I'm using a crochet hook like you're holding in your hand, I can't crochet with it like you are.
Really?
I have to hold it like a pin to crochet with it. But now the furls one, I can't hold it like that, like a pin, because of the way that it's shaped. So I have to hold it overhanded, like knife hold or whatever. So
funny how different, we all are, and we all get the same thing done,
Right. Yep. But now I have noticed too that when I crochet with the furls, I don't crochet as tight.
Nice.
As I do when I'm crocheting pin style or whatever.
Right.
Now, in the shawl of the Turbulent Sky shawl, I'm using one of my old hooks to crochet it with. So I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of my Karen cakes. And I'm going to crochet another one. Because I like it. I love the shawl. So I'm going to use some of the Karen cakes with one of the furls hooks and see if I can get a different result.
You probably will get a really, really nice loose result. Don't feel bad because Bella Untuneto, Christina, she sent me a picture and she's like, I don't know what to do. I'm using a 4.5 and I'm using the Hobby Lobby, Hanks. And I'm like, okay. And I looked at the picture and I'm like, oh, honey, you need to go up in hook size drastically to get the same result that I have. She's using a 6mm hook with a Hobby Lobby Hank yarn, hand-dyed yarn.
Wow.
I mean, we're talking, fingering weight almost. And she's using a 6mm hook to get that loose and lacy because hers was like
Yeah.
It took a lot, but she finally got it nice and flowy.
Yeah. My pinky loves furls. It doesn't cramp up anymore. Yeah. My hands are really bad about going numb when I'm crocheting or knitting.
Yeah.
And but since I've got the furls hooks, they don't go numb as much. They'll still go numb, but I can crochet longer before they do.
Mine go numb, but it's not because of crocheting or anything. It's because my elbow's bent and I have compressed medial ulnar nerves. So carpal tunnel in the elbows, basically not carpal, but it's the same thing. Right. And so the compression with the elbows bent like this, it causes even more constriction on the nerves, and it causes my fingers to go completely sound asleep.
My whole hand does it. My whole hands do it. And they do it at night when I'm asleep.
Yep.
They'll go to sleep.
Yep. If I'm holding the phone to my ear, I generally don't
driving.
Yeah, driving. I'm constantly hanging my arm down beside me. Yep. Yeah, that's all because of back problems. This is what I learned. It's from back problems and you constantly using your elbows to take pressure off your back.
Yeah.
Yep. Like, yep, that's me. Mm-hmm.
Yep, me too. Yep.
Yay.
Oh,
Oh
well,
my goodness, girl.
We really gotta cut this
Off.
off. I have had a really, really great time.
Me too.
I am so glad that you were able to join me.
Me too.
I have wanted to spend some time with you and ask you all the questions that I've been asking. I've had a great time though. We've had some great company.
Yes.
Yes. I have never been on a live this long of my own. This is the longest I've ever had a live for.
Wow, you're going up on 4 hours.
Yeah. I think last week it was like 2.5 and that had been the longest until now. But yeah, 5:30 is gonna come real early.
Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is.
Yep.
All right. Well, you have a great rest of the night. Now going into morning.
Everybody have a great night. And
yes,
thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. And it was good to see all of you all.
Yes.
Aw, good. I'm glad, Mary Lou.
Oh, thank you.
And I will see you, Mary Lou, probably somewhere around Thursday.
Well, I'll be watching the tutorial tomorrow for the cow.
Hopefully it's okay.
I'm sure it will be. I haven't had any problems with any of the tutorials that I've watched of yours. So
I'm glad. All right.
Bye, everybody. Have a great night. Thanks
Bye,
for coming.